hands. It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the last Radical Truth to Power of 2022. I am your host, Marlon Clyburn, along with Thea Robinson, Tracy Carson, and Anna Hart. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday, but it is the last live show of 2022. So we're going to finish off, because we didn't get to it yesterday because we was running over a little bit of the worst of the year, and we got the runner-up and the winner. Plus, I'm going to show the video that we was talking about last night that I didn't think we was going to get into a discussion of it, but we did. Oh, you know what? And that was the reason why. Because of this. So I'm going to play the video.
What about this?
This had to be a coincidence investment. So just so happened to have the video.
You caused discussion, Theus.
Discussion. I have a video for Tracy. And the Mafia video of the week of the year. So, hello, Theus.
Hi.
Caught you off guard.
It was a weird transition. I'm like, I thought you would say hello, Theus, and you gonna hit a button and the video was gonna start. I was confused. Hi, everybody. Happy pre-Christmas.
One more week. Hello, Tracy.
Hello, everybody. Everybody, hello.
Anna.
Hi, everybody.
I literally think I'm going to steal that. Hello, everybody, and everybody, hello.
No,
That's
you
good.
better not, because I'll be like, I'm the one that said it first.
That sounds like something from the Truman Show. That was a fun movie. I like that movie.
It was a good movie.
It was okay.
So, first, like for the last show of the month of the year, please hit that like button, share this with a friend, and subscribe if you haven't already. Extra appreciation for support on Patreon. And if you catch up after the live show, please leave us a comment. Happily insert your holiday here and look forward to facing the new year together with the Mafia. Yes, indeed, sweetie. Hello, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
Hello.
Hey, Parker.
Hello,
Parker, out
Parker.
early?
What is Parker? Molly and Tracy, I knew you all aren't soccer fans, but
It's
you
not a
all need to
sport.
at least see the highlights of the World Cup Championship that
don't.
happened this morning. It was insane.
I heard it was a great game.
I
heard it was
I like
a
soccer.
fantastic
I can't
game.
watch soccer.
I love football.
I couldn't watch it, but
Actual football.
It just so happened I was listening to the preview of the Panthers football game, and they literally was breaking in with comments about the soccer game. Like, I know y'all don't like soccer, but man, they're going into penalty kicks, and it was blocked. Okay, so that was such and such turn, and I'm like, y'all really excited
Parker,
for a
you
game,
know me
y'all?
well.
I'm not watching.
Soccer is a really cool sport. If
Yeah.
you don't play it though, it's kind of hard to watch 3 hours to get 3 points. It's really
With any sport.
that's just
NFL is
that's why I
easy
can't
to
watch hockey. I'm like, it's
Not for
way
me.
too much downtime in this game.
All they do in hockey is fight. Literally, they just fight. They just.
That's what you would think until you go to one and you realize fights are kind of rare. And
Yeah.
It is
without the
really
fight,
rare.
it's just long.
But it's
Yeah.
the same thing as it's the same thing as what I say about NASCAR. Do you really go to NASCAR to see the cars go around,
in a circle.
or you subconsciously want to look at a crash?
That's for people who don't really get into NASCAR. Like, I work for an auto parts company, so I'm the one who knows nothing about cars. So I'm around all these guys who are really, really into this stuff.
Yeah,
Like, they know the points and the rules and the strategies, and
Yep,
and I'm sitting here like, turn left.
Well, Marlon, you and me, we're motorheads anyway, so
I'm not watching NASCAR.
I mean, I don't watch it, but I'm a motorhead by proxy.
Yeah, I mean, I like cars, but I'm just not going to sit there for hours watching a car
And
go
dog
really,
shows.
really fast.
Don't bring nothing about them dumb dog shows. That's the stupidest thing I've ever. I'm like, what?
It's
Dumb.
It's not dumb for people
Dumb.
who enjoy it.
Just watch the dog leap
Yep.
up a ladder and then go
People
to a
like
circle.
animals like that.
Now, the only problem I have with like dog shows and the horse shows and all those types of things is this really what the dog want to do? Like, is it really
they
want to
just
spend his
making them-
time?
Did you
Like
think
a
he was
junior
gonna be
ballerina,
going to
like-
jump over wood,
You know, but
run through
a lot of
tunnels?
times the dogs do enjoy it. You can see it in their actions. And so for those, that's great. But some of the dogs probably hate it, like like the little kids who are made to be them little
Horse
dance
racing,
creatures
gambling.
or
I'm like, that's just
whatever.
gambling.
or
what?
pageantry.
Horse racing.
But there's a lot of things to horses. So it's not just horse racing. You got the dancing horses, you got the
The
tricks.
guys,
Equestrian.
Yeah, they're all
The
them weird
equestrian,
things.
yeah.
So personally, I don't
NFL.
you
I'm
ain't
just,
gonna, you know.
yeah,
I'm not
I'm
saying you have
NFL
to
girl
become a
through and
fan.
through.
Well, the NFL never spat
Yeah,
on my
it's
people's
not
struggles, so I don't really have much. You know, the horse racing people, they never did that.
Mhm.
But the NFL, yeah.
No.
I mean, we're talking about a league that basically says shut up and play ball. Who
Like
said-
the NBA, NHL, Major League
Okay, so we're
Baseball.
gonna fine and get rid of them all.
Mhm.
I mean, if you want to play that game, like, ooh, well, wait a minute, they bad, but they bad too. Okay, yeah, fuck them too. But I'm saying that the NFL was the one that literally cracked down on people for those things, and I'm just like, nah. And then you take it another level out. Just whatever the baseball people are in a similar category with this, but you're continuing to use these mascots right? Clear denigrations of another culture despite their protestations.
Many other cultures.
So
Actually.
I mean, how many times you get how much is your entertainment worth? Apparently your entertainment is worth a lot more than these other people's struggles or situations.
Yep.
And that's cool. Everybody has to do their own math.
Like I said, I'm against horse race. They start them too young.
Yeah,
You
and they
just
shock
how
them.
many are damaged and has to be put down.
Put down.
Yep. If they're not up to it, they put them down.
I don't want to talk about Peter, that little fake underground.
They tear down laboratories with important research. They need to go away.
What? Talk about Peter?
Yes.
Peter,
No,
and I
Peter is
would
just
be
like any
okay
other
with
organization.
Peter.
No,
if
Peter
was
is
sticking
extremist.
their own
Extremist.
freaking agenda, but they pick and choose who they want to go after.
Don't we all?
And that's what makes me so bad.
Literally, don't we all?
Yeah, we all in an organization.
No, I mean, you
We
look at.
preach
all
one thing, but
organizations
then pick
do.
and choose who we gonna go
What-
after.
I mean, y'all are fans of labor, right? You're fans of unions.
Yep.
Don't they go a little extreme?
Uh,
But they don't
Police
break
unions.
into laboratory.
No,
with
they were actually
lights
killing
and-
people at one point, Tracy.
I'm talking about
So-
within my lifetime. I'm not talking about what they did way back in the
In your
1800s.
lifetime, the 70s and 80s was your lifetime. But I'm just saying, we like to pick and choose. I'm guilty of it as well, right? Ain't nobody got clean hands. But I'm just saying, you just got to own it. Own your hypocrisy or situational outrage.
Your whole organization is based around protecting animal rights.
Yes,
And then decide which animals of which time that you're going to protect
yes,
because you want to get in the news or
no.
no.
We want to save animals.
They are
Yes.
they cause disruption to draw attention because otherwise no one will pay attention to the issue that they are pointing towards. That's
And
what
then you
every social activist
Have you
organization
stopped
does.
eating chicken? That's all,
All
I
of
want to know. Have you stopped eating meat?
No, because I don't
Okay,
agree
that's
with
what
it.
Peter wants you to do.
I don't care what Peter want me to do. I'm saying that they are right about what they believe in. I just may not agree with what they're.
I'm gonna be on Team Marlon with this one.
I'm just saying, I can own my hypocrisy. I can own my situational outrage. I can own my selective interest. Can you?
Go
See, most people
Niners.
can't do that.
It's kind of hard for me to argue with you when I'm sitting over here looking like a Smurf. So
But you're the Papa Smurf.
I'm sorry. I keep looking at myself like
We're gonna name you Reggae Smurf.
the first black Smurf. Let's get this party started.
Well, actually,
There was a black Smurf.
yep. When
And
I think it
Mr.
was
T
like
had a
when
cartoon.
something had happened to them,
Yeah, I just
and
like his
like they
theme song.
had Gargamel had sucked all their joy out of them, or
And they
something
turned
like
black,
that.
like Lois Lane did.
Oh, wow.
She did. They turned Lois Lane black.
Wow.
And it says here in the original comic version of the Purple Smurfs, the bitten Smurfs were black skinned. Boy, we just can't win, can we?
Yep. I just like the fact that you sucked the joy out of us and all of a sudden we're
We
black,
black?
now.
Oh, do we have no joy?
Darkness.
Yeah, thanks, folks.
Depends
Well,
on what you consider joy.
Whoever has the power gets to write the story. That's like when I was thinking about this earlier about history, and people talk about history and all these different things. And I'm like, any bit of history you got is a lie, or at best, it's a halfway story.
The winner,
Because
right?
the victor writes it,
Yeah,
or
sure
the
do.
victim writes it. one of the two writes it. It's almost never truly an impartial. And if the person happened to be impartial or the group happened to be impartial, they still can't cover every angle. So you still end up with a piece of history. You were getting one witness account of an event. So all the history is jacked. All of it.
Yep.
All right.
And now you know.
You
And
can't
no-
believe anything. You're welcome.
The more you know.
Boy, this is gonna be the most
Well,
sunshiny.
I'm like, this is supposed to be
show.
joyous and
I know. I'm
Felt
trying
all
to
good.
move, but
This
dang.
is-
This
I
is
felt
a
great.
serious
This is
show.
a serious show, and I'm smiling.
You all know.
Ooh,
hey,
yes, we're sharing a brain. That's not good.
all right, we're gonna get to the worst person of the year, and surprisingly enough,
That grandma.
what man? Let that grandma go, dude.
just
For real.
leave her
Like, seriously,
alone.
just let that grandma go. So this is the funny thing about this. This is why I wanted to show this, because the runner up actually was leading all the way to maybe October. Like there was nobody gonna beat him, and then October came, and yeah. So here is the runner up of the worst person of the year.
Am I the butthole for refusing to give my father the house that my grandmother left me? Well, OP, I can tell you before I even read this post, the answer is no, but let's get into it anyways. Some important context. My father left me when I was 10. What? I came home from school one day and he was gone and I was alone. What? What? Okay. OP, now the answer is still no, but now it's been upgraded to like a mega no, a super plus no, an extra strength no, you're not the butthole. But still, let's get into this post anyways. My grandmother eventually took me in, but that moment gave me issues that I'm still working through. My grandmother passed away and was buried a couple of weeks ago. I saw my father for the first time in 14 years at his mother's funeral. After the will was read, we learned that my grandmother had left me her property. My father was furious. Apparently, he feels that he has more rights to her property than I do because she was his mother. He's been harassing me to hand over the property to him and promising that when he dies, I can have it. I don't want to give him the property because if my grandmother wanted him to have it, then she would have put it in her will. My father's been going around telling the family that I stole his mother's property right from under him, and I'm trying to punish him for leaving me. My family's been reaching out to me, telling me that even though my father abandoned me, I shouldn't forget the importance of family loyalty, and how being good to my father, even if he isn't good to me, is what makes a good daughter. I don't think that I'm doing anything wrong, but the comments are beginning to wear me down. Am I the butthole?
Still nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Nope.
Want me to show them the dance I was doing, Marlon?
Yeah, because it was beautiful.
Catch it from every angle. Yep.
Like that. Yes.
Make sure you get every angle. We don't need to go into a
He
whole
was
diatribe.
the runner up. Who is? I'm trying to think
He
who was
is
worse
the-
than
he
him.
is
I'm
the
like,
runner
who's
up
worse?
for the majority
Oh.
of
oh,
the year.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
Yep.
Yep, I know who it is.
He was the head for the majority of the year, bar none. Nobody was gonna get it. Then September,
Better not be
October,
motorcycle man.
the motorcycle man.
No, it's
The
not.
dad that is not the dad that sold the motorcycle.
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, that was just stupid. that was
Mm-mm.
terrible.
It's only one that it could be.
I
And
know. Don't say it if
Mhm.
you know it. But here is the winner of the worst person of the year.
Taking my daughter and leaving the wedding after her stepbrother pulled her wig off? Well, I can say right off the bat, if it's because she has cancer, then yeah, you're not the butthole. Okay, my daughter Megan, who's 16, just finished her cancer treatment. Do I even bother reading the rest of this post? Do I? Because we know the answer. We don't know who pulled the wig off or why they pulled the wig off, but we already know they're the butthole. That sentence is all it took, OP. Okay, all right, let's power through it anyway. My daughter lost her hair in the process, and she's been incredibly insecure because of it. She no longer meets up with her friends, nor welcomes them at our home, or even meets family in person. It's been bad to say the least. But her stepbrother, Ben, who's 18, has been making it worse with his nagging comments and jokes about her looks. He tried taking and posting pics of her secretly to share. Yo, what? But I shut that down, even though my husband thought that it was just harmless teasing. My husband's sister's wedding was last week. My family wanted Megan to go, but she didn't want to. I spent so much time trying to help her and convince her to start socializing again and see family. She agreed under the condition that I let her wear a wig, which I agreed to. Not only that, but I took her shopping to pick her own wig, and she looked beautifully stunning in her pixie hairstyle wig. My husband and Ben laughed when they saw it. I don't know why. We went to the wedding and everything was going well until this happened. We were all sitting and we started talking about Megan's look, and suddenly Ben reached over and pulled off her wig and exposed her bald head. I was shocked and I froze, but Megan yelled, then took her wig and ran. Ben, his cousins, and some guests started laughing. Yo, what? Is this like an 80s high school movie? I was upset, especially when I looked over my shoulder and saw my husband sitting next to his mom laughing. Yo, is this post real? I lost it on Ben and berated him in front of everyone, then took my stuff, got Megan, got into the car, and went home. Ben and my husband didn't have a ride home, and my husband kept calling me, but I didn't respond. He came home asking about me leaving mid-wedding and upsetting his sister, and then leaving him and Ben with no ride home. I argued with him about how Ben embarrassed Megan and humiliated her publicly, which must have ruined what's left of her self-esteem. He said it was just kids teasing each other, and that I overreacted, and Ben had no malicious intent. He was just messing with her. I said I was sick of it, but he said that this is their way of bonding as step-siblings, and I was getting in the way of it and being overprotective and unreasonable. We didn't talk after that, and Ben is refusing to apologize, and his dad is backing him up.
I can't do that, but yeah.
I still say the other one is worse, but yeah.
I thought you was gonna pick the lady that wanted to borrow the baby. I thought that's gotta be the worst.
She was speaking through her trauma, so that's why.
Yeah, that's trauma talk. Now, funny thing about it is, I got a story. I got a story that I heard today that's really good for a good worst of the person for 2023. I don't know how long it's gonna hold up, but
it's not 2023 yet, so it can't be.
I know. I'm gonna play it in 2023, so it's good to run the whole 2023 of being the worst person. But and then as soon as I say that, you have people going around snatching
why did she even stay with this loser?
She may not have.
Changing
it sounded like
the
she was
laws.
going to leave him behind that one. I hope she did.
Yeah, I wish I could have got.
I hope so too.
That one. But yeah,
Well, I don't need no update. That's just too traumatic for me. But
the worst of the year, you was gonna play the story where the woman friend intentionally planned her wedding.
That's one I thought too. I thought that one too.
That was bad too. That really was bad
Yeah.
too. I remember that one. That was
I don't recall that one. So
That's the one
That
where
was
the
the-
parents
the-
died, and then she planned the funeral on the day that the parents died.
no. Her parents, the lady's parents died, and she has a death anniversary, so to speak, where she goes and visits their grave on this day. Her friend
That
of
one.
7 years was, and just for anybody who don't know, 'cause
that might have
we
been when I
didn't-
wouldn't know.
Okay,
think so.
so she has a death anniversary where she goes and visits her parents' grave on that day every year. Her friend, who was dating somebody for months, I think it wasn't long, I just know that much, who was dating somebody for months, have decided to get married to the guy and decided that she was going 3 months.
3 months.
Okay, 3 months. Decided to throw her wedding and have the wedding on
the same
the
day.
death date. And the
Oh,
girl,
her friend.
yeah, of her friend. And the girl kept saying over and over again, okay, I can come and then leave and go, or I can visit the grave and then come to the wedding. But the girl kept pushing her, saying, no, you got to be with me the whole day. You can't go. You got to be with me from the time you wake up, I guess, until the time you go to bed or whatever. Anything to push it. Well, the update was they had a Zoom meeting and she brought this up, and the girl finally snapped and said, yes, I purposely set the date of the death date because I'm sick and tired of you always hogging the spotlight, and I want to take some of it away. So yes, I did it on purpose.
Yeah, I thought that one was worse than Ben.
I think that is.
Yeah, Ben is terrible, but I thought the one you was gonna really do was the one that wanted the girlfriend that was pregnant by her ex-boyfriend, but the new girlfriend wanted to borrow the baby.
Yeah, I didn't think that. I thought that was tacky, but I don't.
That was tacky. I don't think that was bad.
That was
Yeah,
terrible.
the most. That was horrible. 60-year-old
The
girl
one
that
who
did
had
something like-
cancer, who wanted to experience.
Yeah.
No. This is the one where the girlfriend and the boyfriend, they broke up. And then
split the babies.
yeah, they wanted to. She had twins, and they was like, "Well, just split the babies." And I'm like, "Huh? What?"
Yeah, she was trying to make her like into the surrogate.
Yes, and she threw her own baby shower, and she threw her own reveal party.
Hey, Susan.
Yeah, that's still. I mean, that's crazy, but I don't think it's worse than these two.
Yeah, it's up there, Tracy, but no, it's up there. But yep, next year maybe starting October, and with the main mafia, we'll pick the top 5 of whatever and actually put it up to a vote to see how it came out. This is just the last second thing that I did on my own, and it literally is my opinion, but I'm sorry. I dealt with cancer on a personal level, and I don't think, and excuse me because it's not 2023 yet, I don't think any shit that you do to a cancer survivor is ever going to be funny.
Yeah, it's done.
Spouses and bonding or whatever the fuck this dude was talking about out of the side of his damn neck.
The family needs.
Yeah,
You know, I'm all for mercy and forgiveness, but sometimes people just need to get beat up. Ben is one of them ones. Just punch him.
Yeah.
Just one good time.
Yeah. Sorry, but yeah. Yeah, to borrow the baby day for the girl.
But the one I'm talking about, she didn't have cancer. I'm talking about the other one that she wanted to split the baby. She had twins and she wanted to split the children.
Now it was okay. Oh yeah, okay. Tucker, Parker. I do remember that one. That was the one where the girl had a terminal illness.
Yeah, and I kept saying, "Well, what if she gets well?" And then she gets attached to the baby. That was bad, but you could kind of.
That was bad. It wasn't worse than these two at bar none, because we're talking about somebody who was just trying to fulfill, regardless of how we feel about it. She was trying to fulfill her desires before she died. So, yeah.
I can't remember who said get a dog though. That's what I'm trying to remember.
I
Somebody
said get a puppy, but I wasn't saying it in a callous way. I was saying it in a very considerate way.
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to remember who said get a dog.
I was just saying anything other than take somebody else's child and come on, lady. Like, all right. So just to keep the train going, we got time, surprisingly. So this is a story that we was talking about yesterday that I did not know it was going to start a conversation. And like I said, I have to keep this in mind that we have new viewers. So when we start talking about old stories and they like, yeah, that was interesting. Too bad I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to play the story of what we was talking about when I was saying, and I have changed my mind slightly, when I was disagreeing about putting somebody's career over their marriage.
I the butthole for asking my husband to turn down his dream job for my career? I'm a 33-year-old female, and I'm the breadwinner of our household. I have multiple highly specialized degrees for a niche industry. I make over $200,000 with potential to get in the $600K to $1 million range. My company hasn't been hit that badly by COVID, so most of us have kept our jobs, but we're held to strict standards. My husband, who's 36, has a broad degree in work experience. He quit his job right before COVID hit, hoping for a better job in the meantime, and I was supportive. He spent a ton of time applying to various jobs and finally landed an interview at Organization X. This is his dream job in almost every imaginable way. However, it's paying about $65,000 a year, which would be fine, except this job directly puts my job stability at risk. My company and this organization are adversarial at best. My field is extremely secretive, and if clients discovered my spouse was working for a competitor, I would be permanently tainted. I wouldn't be able to get a job in that industry forever. I know this sounds like an exaggeration, but I promise you it's absolutely not. It'd be like if I worked in protecting the privacy of celebrities and he worked for TMZ. If he tapped my car, got into my work devices, he could use that to advance his career, and any trust I have in this field will be gone. Even if I trusted my husband not to do that, my clients and company don't. Worse, because my background is so specialized, this is the only field I can work in. I asked him to drop out from consideration for this job, since if he got it, we'd lose my income. $65K a year cannot support us in this city. Plus, he doesn't have to work for this organization. Even if the job market is awful right now, his background gives him access to a wide range of jobs, but I only have this one niche field. He was extremely angry and said I was selfish and only cared about money. I told him that if he wanted to go back to school for an advanced degree or just be unemployed for a while, I would support him. But taking this job isn't possible. He continued the process behind my back and got the offer. He wants to accept it because he says that his career needs to take priority and that I wasn't being a supportive wife. I feel so betrayed, and I've contacted all relevant higher-ups in my company to inform them. I notified them as soon as he got the interview because it's better coming from my email than from a background check. I told him that he could decline the offer with me physically watching him decline it, or he could accept the offer and move out immediately. I would pay for him to stay 2 weeks at a hotel, and we would begin divorce proceedings. My company is willing to take care of all my legal fees. I feel effing awful. I still love him. I moved decisively because this was the best way to cut my losses, but it still hurts. He called me heartless and cold. It's true that I was prioritizing my career over his, but it felt like the only option at the time. OP, I think I'm gonna
Okay. Here is why I changed my mind.
Because you were wrong.
Can I finish now?
Sure.
Sure, thank you. Here is why I changed my mind. Because I never said that I'm not still growing. I'm still learning, and unlike Theas, I can admit when I'm wrong. So, hey, you took a shot at me, buddy. I'm gonna get you back.
I gladly admit when I'm wrong.
Whatever. Okay. The deal is this. I have no problem with you getting a job, but your job should not affect my job. That's not how this works. And she kindly was trying to pay you to go back to school and everything else, find another job somewhere else, whatever. She did go out of her way to try to make sure that whatever position that you get is not going to put her job and career in danger. And this job is. So now I did have a chance to sit around and go, dude, why are you so gun-ho of getting this job? Like, what is it about this job that you just willing? Because how I said it last time was, oh, well, dude, come on, you're putting your career over marriage. That's dangerous, everything else. But now I'm coming to the conclusion of, no, dude, why are you
Eve.
putting your marriage in danger for trying to get this job? Like, what is it about this job that's paid significantly
about the
less
job.
than your wife's
It's
job?
not about the job.
It's about he has inadequacy issues, and while he may be trying to handle it as best he knows how, this is like his kind of breaking point as far as his development. Like, he probably was rolling with it all the way through, but after you've been unemployed for a little while,
It get on
and
your
all the
nerves.
money's coming from the other person, that accumulates. It gets real heavy. Even if you logically know why you're in this situation, the fact remains you are 100% beholden to this other person.
Sure are.
So now here you have an opportunity to go to work. It's a job that you think you would truly enjoy. And so his immaturity
Which he
and
was.
his stress level probably got into the same car, and they driving him crazy. So that's what I think happened with this. Because at the end of the day, your wife's job is established, specialized, and earns more than 3 times what you talking about getting paid. This ain't a hard call.
I'm just wondering why she have to say anything. She could have just kept this to herself. Been like,
But
Kept what to
in
herself?
some
the fact that he got a
companies,
job. I'd be like, well, I didn't know.
No, because it would come up on if she specialized the way she said, and she says it's very secretive. That means she has security clearances.
Mhm.
That background
yeah, I
check
forgot
would
that
have
part.
definitely come up.
yeah,
And then her boss would have been like,
It will come up.
"We need to
Yeah.
talk.
Why didn't you tell me about?
I
Yeah,
didn't know.
that's,
Why am I first hearing about
you
this
didn't know
this
that your
way?"
spouse got
you
a.
don't know that your spouse is working for
Mm-mm.
our adversary.
I don't know nothing.
Well, that
Okay,
makes
well,
you
then
even
that
more of a
means that you-
security risk.
Because that means
He
that
moved
you
out
are
months
not-
ago. I don't
you're
know
not
what
attuned
happened.
to your surroundings.
We get a
and
divorce. I don't know what happened.
Tracy.
That's why her job,
means-
her job was like, "Well, we'll pay for the divorce.
Yep.
If you
Tracy,
serious,
that
we'll
means
pay
that
for it."
you are not keen to your private lives that could actually put our company in danger.
Does she work for
And
the
thus, I don't
CIA?
think you're deemed.
Doesn't matter who
to-
she works for.
It's
She can work for
possible.
Walgreens. She can work for Walgreens, and her husband's getting a position at CVS. It's
Right.
still the situation of, from a company standpoint, we could stand to lose millions because of your relationship.
And here's the deal,
Nah.
Tracy. Right or wrong, here's the deal. Right or wrong, the company is only going to think you are married to the man who is working for our competitor.
And use it to your advantage.
No, and that's thank
See,
you.
this is
And
why
that's
you
what's
ain't
going to
never
get you
gonna get a
fired.
security clearance.
That
Tracy.
is exactly what's going to
Hey, I don't work in them
Because
type of fields.
both companies are going to think, what are you telling your spouse about our?
Maybe he talking his
And I don't
sleep,
know
and
what
she can
they
learn
do,
some
but
secrets. Be like,
Tracy
see,
sitting here talking about go be a double agent.
That's what
This is
I
how
mean.
you get fired and go to jail.
But that's what I mean. But Tracy is like, be a double
Mhm.
agent. What's the problem with that? Like,
No trust issues
it's
here.
like, what?
Mhm.
So she told the formula of Coke. What's
Yeah,
the
but she's
problem
right
with
though.
that?
What he did, he very clearly is putting something else ahead of the marriage.
and
It's
maybe
not
he's
her
tired
doing
of her.
it, it's him.
Maybe he's just sick of her tomorrow. I make more money than you. It got getting on his
That could
last
be.
word. Nerves.
It could be.
Because some women are real
I'm
hard
gonna be
to
with
deal
Parker. No company should be able to. Thank you, Parker. I'm gonna agree with Parker
Say
on
what
this
now?
one. I agree with what Parker
Yes, they
said.
can.
You should be allowed to decide what one of
I
I'm not
agree.
telling you where your spouse has to
job
work.
is.
I'm
Not
telling you
what
where your
it-
spouse
not-
can't
no,
work.
no.
You don't work for the FBI. You don't work for the CIA.
I-
you don't
I-
work for
And
the
go work
president.
somewhere else.
Look, and trust me, and y'all know that I'm not a corporate whatever for a while now. So yeah, but no company should be allowed to decide what one of their employee spouse's job is.
Sure,
You're
should.
absolutely right. However, when your spouse is working for somebody that can put the whole company in danger,
They
they're
don't
not.
know how to use
They would
that.
just
They
get
can
rid
use
of
that
that
for their
person and be
advantage.
moved on. So no, I'm not gonna tell you what your
Because it's obvious she's proven that she can keep secrets, so she's not a blabbermouth. But maybe he is.
And he could take, and she could take, and
And
I'm
if
telling
he
you all
is,
the stuff
she
that
is
these
now
people
a
are
security
saying.
risk.
I don't know
herself.
if you talking your. I don't know if you talking your sleep. I don't know if your spouse gets on the computer late at night without your knowledge. I don't know if he.
It ain't that
said
deep.
something that he
I
could
don't know
take
if he's
to
a
the grave.
gambler. See, these things all get checked out. I mean, I didn't even have jobs that had security clearance, and they still want to make sure that ain't nobody got a gambling problem. They want to know any family members who have been in jail. They want to know. I've had to answer all those questions because there are certain things that can put you at risk of putting them at risk. So the company has a right to screen for who they want to hire.
But Parker, here's the deal. Though,
I'm gonna still agree with Parker.
I don't like the idea of I have a niche job where it's very hard for me to find another job in this field anywhere else.
Who does she
And
work
you're
for?
putting my job in danger because you have to get this job. Like, no,
There's only 3 or 4 places she could work where this would be. She's married to a United States congressperson or senator, CIA or FBI or Department of Justice. Is one of those 4?
No, not really.
No, it could be.
There's many other choices.
Or a defense contractor.
Doesn't have to be defense.
Get a job at Pepsi.
Nope.
Anytime you're dealing with trade secrets, depending upon what your role is, there you
Everybody know the recipe for Pepsi nastiness with a bunch of sugar.
That's what I'm saying, Mickey. The company ain't gonna decide where your employee spouse is working, but they can make the decision about where you work.
That's true. They can.
I'm not telling you.
They ain't making a decision for the spouse,
Your
but
husband
they are
can
gonna
go
make a
work.
decision for you.
Yep. Your husband can go work. You could be working for the CIA, and your husband can go work for Russia. You no longer work for the CIA.
I'm going to still agree with Parker. Unless it's something, it's got to be something.
It doesn't have to be. I'm telling you, it could be something as simple as Walgreens. Whatever it is.
No, if one person works for Walgreens, other works for CVS, that's not a problem.
It depends on their roles in the organization.
What it is.
If they're both management, like, what's that going to be a problem?
See, you're thinking on the level of management. But when you start talking about
executive, okay, well,
it's a problem.
And we're still talking, and we're still trying to, and I'm not jumping on you, Tracy, but you keep missing this one point. Well, okay, I am jumping on you, but you keep missing the one point. You're the one shook your head, and I'm not jumping on you, but you keep missing this one specific point. She worked for a company in a niche position that's very hard to come by if she even finds it with another company. She makes 3 times as much as her husband, and her husband has decided, because whatever the reason
he
is,
tired of her putting his salary over his head.
Still,
he tired of it.
You're putting her job that has a niche position in jeopardy, which means great. Even if she gets fired from her position, does not mean she will ever get a position like that in another company ever again. Let me add this. And don't think, even if she does get an interview, luckily with another company in that niche, that is not going to come out why she was fired from the previous company.
Oh, just say things didn't work out.
That's not how it
works. You want to lie
when
your
you
way
got
through all of the
position that pays $200,000 a year.
That's not a lot. Things didn't work out. Her husband decided to be a turncoat.
Tracy, I know. I don't know. I can't tell if you're being silly or you being serious.
She has no. In my opinion, she doesn't have it right now. Y'all disagree with me, but.
If you're saying to your employee that you will be fired if your spouse take a job at a certain place,
I'm sorry, you guys.
PSD decided the job.
I'm gonna have to agree with Parker.
You're broadening this out a little bit. What this is a situation of?
They trying to tell her what to do with her personal life.
If you occupy a role that involves trade secrets for this company, then you are under the umbrella. You signed paperwork for this. Believe me, you have. Letting you know that you can't do this. Just like I've had jobs because I come from the financial industry, they do non-competes on us all the time. Like, and that's a much lower threshold. That's just saying, hey, you left Chase, you can't go work for Wells Fargo. Sorry.
I got a job now who I signed. First of all, I signed so many paperwork that like, ooh. But here's the fact: I signed so much paperwork of an excubity, or however you say that word. I couldn't get a janitorial job in the same building, just for a part-time job. They wouldn't even allow me to do it, for the simple fact that I could run up on something else and put the company in danger, put the building in danger. That's how serious it is. That's why I'm saying it's not as simple as go, just say you lied and you didn't know. And no.
I'm throwing out possibilities.
And then on top of that, the fact that if not the fact, but the idea that you would just say that the solution is to lie about it.
I'm throwing out possibilities.
Insecurity. You are a security risk. Because now you lied.
You are a classic moral hazard.
Yeah.
Classic. This
Parker, I
person
agree
will
with
lie to save their skin at the drop of a hat, which means they can be bought.
But can't we all be bought?
See that statement right there.
I mean, everybody has a price. I mean, whether we want to admit it or not, we all have a price. We all have a price.
I actually agree that everybody has a price. Now, if it's that easy to start negotiating away, your price is too low.
Everybody has a price.
Somebody show up and offer you a $500,000 payoff, and you be like, "Oh, I'm out."
That's what I mean. Everybody can have a price, and this woman has decided that her husband,
that her marriage is less than
her marriage, and this job did not.
Because look what kind of dude she married to. Dude is bottom barrel, man. Come on.
She the one bottom barrel. I make $200,000 a year with the possibility. Girl, did nobody ask you how much you made?
She had to tell that because
it is important.
Makes it relevant.
No, she could have said I have a niche job and I make a lot of money. She had to go with I make $200,000 a year.
Compared to his offer, it was important.
She said this dude was getting $65,000. $65,000 is pretty good freaking money per year.
She could have said I make significantly more than that. She didn't have to tell the amount with the potential to make $1 million. Girl, bye.
Which means she's on the fast track to the executive.
But hey, I don't want to sit here and tell you that I want to give up my potential millions of dollars for your $65 a year.
But you're happy.
But she threw up the first thing out of her mouth. I make He getting tired. He tired of it. That's why he took that job. So he's like, "What's the easiest way for me to get a divorce? Let me take
the easiest way to get a divorce is to say I want a divorce. That's the easiest way.
No, let her
a liar and manipulate the woman.
That literally says that you can't be married to someone.
Me too. I want to see it.
Certain company. It's not going to be in the paperwork. All they're going to say is, "Are you doing something?" Are you it? It'll be the equivalent of saying,
"Marlon, you wasting your time, dog."
Let me put it to you this way. So, no, I don't want to go that deep.
No, because everybody
that paperwork does
exist. My thought process was going to go to something that was just terribly disgusting, and I don't want to do that at this point or ever, really. But if you work at a job that's dealing with children on multiple occasions and your spouse does something indecently immoral, are you going to sit there and go, "Hey, don't report them because you don't want the job to tell you what to do in your marriage?
You hired me, not him.
You hired me. What could possibly happen?"
That's nah. Next example. Nah.
I'm sorry. I'm tapping out because y'all are starting to frustrate me.
I'm having ball. I really think that should only apply to the CIA
or Department of Justice.
I think Tracy. Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be that still a controversial of a story.
I'm just saying she should really think, does she want to be happy in her marriage or just make $1 million?
All right, so Parker, you know I love you, dog. But if you're gonna twist my words, it's gonna be a whole different kind of situation, dog.
Bottom barrel, though.
The reason why I said he was bottom barrel is because of his mentality and how he's viewing the situation with his spouse. It ain't about his income. $65,000 is.
I wish I made that much.
That's pretty good money.
Hey, somebody put that money in my pocket. I sure will take it.
But $65,000.
That's not my price, though.
$200,000.
That's not my price.
That's you being an orderly at the hospital and her being a brain surgeon.
Good point.
There's a difference in how hard it is to replace your job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
On several occasions, she may get another one.
I put it like, it was funny. When I worked for a big box company, and I was promoted from lower I was a supervisor, right? And then I got promoted to a manager. And my manager, which is the store manager, pulls me aside. And it was like we were going through a hiring type phase. And we use these little kiosks where people could come in and like fill out the applications, you know, because they want to come work for the company. And the way he kind of broke it down was real smooth. He was like, in a given day, I get no less than 100 applications for our team members in the store. You know how many applications I get for your position? And I was like, no, I don't know. He's like, maybe 30. You know how many applications come through for my position? Maybe 2. It's all relative to how hard it is to replace you. So if you making 65,000, you are harder to replace than the person making 30. But that person making 200, much harder to replace them than your 65. It's all relative. And then you got the situation that she's already in her career. Buddy, you starting over. You know, in the words of Martin, you ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Go get another one, dog.
Well, I'm going to put everybody at ease because I'm going to move on because we're almost close to the end. And this is the video.
The Arizona gubernatorial race.
Kerry should have won that.
No.
That was the worst. Boy, that was the worst debate. Oh my gosh.
No, it really wasn't.
No, it was. Yes, it was.
I think anytime Herschel opened his mouth.
Anytime Herschel Walker talked to somebody who has.
Because Warnock wasn't that great either. But
no, he was really bad. You're right.
She literally said, that's why we don't take Scott anywhere. Because Scott is polling at 0%. He's like, that's 1%. Like, he's bragging about it.
That was just stupid. That was just so dumb.
You gonna give me my 1%. Don't get me out here on this stage and disrespect me like that. Give me my 1%.
You gonna give me my 100 people that like me.
You know what I'm saying?
52 people.
My grandma, my cousins, they made sure they showed up. Don't you see here? You talking about my family now.
Boy, you talk about something that just, I could not stop laughing.
But here is the creme de la creme of Tracy's likable videos. God knows why. And the reason I'm even playing it because you ain't seeing it ever again in 2023 unless you see it on Tracy's show because I'm sick of even listening to it.
I have been a Republican in times good, and I have been a Republican in times bad. Albert Einstein issued one of my most favorite quotes in the history of the spoken word, and it is as follows. In the middle of opportunity, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. I'm going to repeat that so I have clarity tonight. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. This is the opportunity we've been waiting for. The Starr County Treasurer's Office is a mess. If nominated tonight, I promise each and every person in this room I will hit the ground running, come come out swinging and end up winning. We're tired of business as usual. Drastic times require what? Drastic measures, yes! Who said that? Thank you! Drastic times.
No. No.
Oh my gosh.
That man was about to have a stroke while he was talking.
I'm sorry. Again, it's only one part of this video. I know drastic time and for drastic measure is your thing, Tracy. Have fun with it.
It was that little bark from me.
But do me a favor, dude. If you're listening,
stop typing everything in caps.
Yeah, that's one of them. But just come a little closer to the camera so you would never ever miss this again.
Oh
ever.
gosh.
In any conversation you ever have, elevator, church, group outing, I don't care. Bruh, don't you ever say this is my favorite quote ever in written word.
I didn't even know what it was.
And forget the fucking quote.
He had to go back to
He was so passionate.
Oh my
He
gosh.
got a little off track.
And by the way,
Oh, wait a
this is so
minute.
funny because I just caught this.
Okay.
This is my favorite quote
Sorry.
ever in the world of written word. And I quote, as I read from the quote.
I had to walk
this is
back
my
to the
favorite
podium and
quote,
read the
and just read it. When did it become your favorite
Y'all
quote?
know that
10 minutes
video
ago?
is gold. That video is gold.
It is, but it's also really disturbing. Oh my goodness.
But
Yeah.
you know what I said, Theas?
Oh
But you know
my
what's funny
gosh.
about it, Theas?
Oh,
Because I was thinking about who was that presidential candidate? that
Howard Dean.
ran-
Dean.
Howard, yeah, Dean.
He didn't even he
And I
he
said
put
there,
Howard to shame.
But here's what's so funny about now that dude was extreme, so I'm not even saying. But I looked at Howard Dean's video again recently, and I kept looking at it like that dude went down in oblivion because he was crazy and hard and yelled at, and I kept thinking, yeah, you was just years too early. Because if he
No,
didn't had that
he was
same
before
speech
Howard.
around
Howard
this
Dean
time,
came after
nobody
him.
would have blinked an eye.
No,
Dean-
Howard Dean came after him.
Oh, it was after him?
After that clip you just played is like 12 years old. When did Howard
Oh
Dean
wow.
run
I
for
thought it was
president?
like from the
Oh,
Trump
wow.
era.
Howard Dean was
No.
not
Me too.
When did Howard Dean run for president?
I don't know. Oh,
1990, 2000.
It was in the 2000s. Yeah, that clip.
But what I'm saying is in 2022, when anybody would have blinked the eye with the same speech Howard Dean made.
Oh my god.
not now. Trump kind of reset. that
Yeah,
game,
Trump
you know.
said that bar real
Nobody would
low.
have said. Nobody would have said a
Money.
thing.
Wait a minute though. He said he yells out, and then why did somebody answer? Who said that?
I bet as soon as they said it, they regretted it.
And then, yep, I guarantee you. No, my favorite thing is
Sometimes.
who said that? Yeah, who said that?
I
Mhm.
don't know.
'Cause
It was-
I
it
just
was him.
really- I really just don't want this guy rolling up on me, yelling at me. So, who? You said that, little girl? You say that?
Yeah, that guy was.
Oh my gosh, y'all
That
know
wasn't
that
healthy.
is hilarious. Y'all know it's funny. Y'all know it's funny.
I didn't say it wasn't funny. I'm just saying I'm sick of it now. He huffing and puffing.
I feel for his wife.
How do you know he's married?
Guarantee you he's married.
Oh, he's married. He's married. Yeah.
Guarantee you he's married.
That little
Yeah,
part.
and okay, Parker, and that is my second favorite part of that video.
That bark, right? I'm telling you.
With his great responsibility. Excuse me. With adversity. So I don't be misquoted from something that I'm reading.
He said, let me
That's
repeat it for clarity. I almost had this memorized.
Clarity. Yeah, now that I've seen how someone is bipolar can act out their biz, this video disturbs me.
Y'all don't see the humor in nothing. Oh my
Y'all go
gosh.
good point, Susan.
But I don't know that this guy was having a moment. I think he was just his advisor came to him and said, "You're losing. You got to be passionate.
Type
you got to
everything
really
in
sell
caps.
this.
Put everything in caps lock."
And this is a deal about him that's running for treasurer.
Yeah, just treasurer. Think of
You
him
got to be
as
passionate, man.
president or something like that.
That dude was passionate about numbers. All right, so this is the first
You want somebody who is not passionate about what they're running?
The office was a mess.
No, but Anna, he went too far.
I am not that passionate about numbers that I'm yelling to the point of hoarse.
He never did talk about his qualifications as treasurer. He just said
ever written word. No.
He just said the treasurer's office is a mess. He never said how he was going to fix it. He never said anything about the duties of the treasurer.
Well, Tracy, we still got that stuff going on now. So he's right on. He's right on track.
Wait a minute, I got to catch my breath because that laugh felt really good.
We still got people that's going to change the world by getting people behind them. So,
sometimes when you go through a story and then you pull up another one.
So I moved on. But did I lie? How are you going to?
I'm taking the fifth.
Well,
Anna was going to say something.
People
behind
you. Anna was saying something.
I'm sorry, Anna. So sorry. That was so rude of me.
I'm sorry, I can't
remember.
No, sorry.
We'll just jump in front of Marlon anytime he talks.
In 2023, I'm giving Anna the permission to go, Marlon, shut up. Because you know daggone well I'm not going to remember this, so let me speak.
That's not her nature.
That's me. I would do that. But like Marlon.
That's definitely Tracy would do it. And I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, we'll be like, will you shut up? Shut up.
Oh my God. Then we have an issue with another show. That's all they was doing was, and don't say the show.
I got it. Okay. When you go over a story and then immediately go over another one, my brain cannot backtrack to the first story. It's cognitive defects. Like, I understand having a favorite quote and getting up in front of people and suddenly being like, what's my favorite quote? The brain is a bunch of pathways that can so easily get interrupted.
That's true.
I fully agree. Then I just don't think this guy.
Yeah, just
I get what you're saying, and I agree on certain elements, except for
he killed it.
One that was his favorite quote. Subconsciously, that means that you have wrote that.
You haven't memorized it.
It has some kind of effect on your life. That's your favorite quote.
Well,
two. Before he
no, because I can say that's like me saying John 3:16 is my favorite scripture and be like, but
that can happen. It can happen.
The other thing that bothers me was
he yelled it. That's what bothered me.
This is my favorite quote, and he tried to say it, and he just up and forget it. I wholeheartedly agree. Because trust me, saying your speech in front of a mirror or saying it in front of your family and all this other stuff is totally different than saying it in front of a group of strangers. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
How do you know, Marlon?
I said to speak, I had to do something in school where I said that thing backwards, forwards, in and out. I threw some little jokes in there because I had said it in front of the mirror, said it in front of my mama, said it in front of my aunts and uncles and everything else. I have a piece of paper in me. As soon as I got in front of my class,
Oh, that was gone.
The first word, the, was forgotten. I had no idea where this conversation was finna go, but I guarantee you it wasn't gonna be pretty.
Yeah, like I'm pretty good with public speaking, but I get tripped up like interviews. Interviews, I used to be really good at those, but that was also because I was interviewing for positions that were of less importance. So now that I interview for we're interviewing where like the stakes are much higher, it's harder, right? You gotta do a lot of prep and all that. And it used to be real hard for me to go and do these interviews because I would be trying to remember my script.
Okay.
You know? And that's what this guy kind of comes across as he way too much caffeine or coke. I don't know which one it is, but he had way too much of it. But then he's trying to remember the words instead of remembering your point.
But he did say it was he did say it was the greatest quote in the history of the spoken word.
But I was trying to say I'm stepping away from when you're that excited and it could be your favorite quote, but you ain't at home. But when you're reading,
he had the thing on the sheet of paper. He could have.
You had it on a sheet of paper, dude.
Have y'all ever tried to deliver a speech off of a piece of paper?
Did it all the time.
I have.
That is not easy. Not to be good at it. That's why you're not supposed to read off a piece of paper. Like if you ever see
look
me
up
do a
and then
speech,
down and immediately
no,
get
you
to where
look at
the line
you
is?
pick an object. You pick an object and you just kind of look there.
Here's the funny thing about it, though. You can't ask me that question because I went to a school where they hammered that into you, and I do mean hammered. This is elementary, where if you're reading from a piece of paper and you say the word just once, they make you start over from the very beginning of that piece. You could be at the end, the last word. The end. Start over.
Yep.
That's very
that
good
teaches
discipline.
you discipline.
That's good teaching.
It's
I
tough.
don't want nobody to think, no, it's easy. It's not easy, but I have to admit, it also depends on how you was trained and raised up on it. And I was always trained and raised up on.
It's like I said, he typed everything.
This guy was jacked up. Yes.
Yeah, he was either he had too much coffee, too much
you have
something.
no reason whatsoever to be saying and reading from a piece of paper. Just read.
You do.
I'm a kid, Thea. What do you want me to tell them? What do you want me to tell grown people?
I'm talking about when you're reading off of a piece of paper. I actually find it more common that you'll have because you're losing time trying to locate where you were on your piece of paper.
They don't.
Do we call it filler word?
He would have did better memorizing it. Oh no, he wouldn't.
Dictating any other sound from that piece of paper other than the words written on that piece of paper. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how it was said to me from one of the teachers, because trust me, it was a bullying type of school. But trust me, when you go and they look at the piece of paper and go, put out on your sheet.
I don't agree with that type of thing, because I used to do training classes with people. And
that's abusive.
Me, sometimes my filler word is oftentimes,
like.
no, or no, as you know. That's pretty much mine.
I know. I have yet to ever look. I'll work on it for next year, but either I'm always like 10 minutes early or 10 minutes over. But it ain't never gonna be 1-0-0. Like, I'll work on it. So anyway.
And Susan, I'm very sorry to hear about the long COVID, and I very much empathize with what you're going through.
Who was that?
I hear that's very tough.
Who has long COVID?
Susan.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Well,
I missed the comment as well, but I think it preceded the one about the.
I must have been reading.
Started with "You're right, Anna." Or Anna's right. Yes.
Okay.
See, I didn't read that.
I have a problem since I've had long COVID. Most things are back, but some things just disappear and reappear for no reason.
Cognitive difficulties are extremely.
Anna, I had COVID, and you can't imagine.
Yeah,
the scariest thing for me is blinking blinking
Mhm.
literally put me to sleep. Like, I don't even remember if I blink, did I open my eyes, or am I gone? And I remember this it scared me so much that I could be somewhere and thinking that everything is cool, and then what if I'm gone? What if I just go to sleep? Just
Yeah.
it's
Right.
rough. It's rough, Susan.
Yeah.
I understand completely.
Well, I can't say I understand because I haven't had to deal with that level of a condition. Like for me, COVID. What was my biggest issue with COVID? Being just exhausted. That was mine.
Yeah,
I got
that
to
was my
skip-
sisters. They had that
But
too.
that was the but that was
But
the
my
deal
greatest fear in life is losing my cognitive abilities. That is my
always.
well, actually, my second greatest fear. My biggest fear is ever hearing hearing my children sincerely say that they're disappointed in me or I failed them. But other than that,
Oh, that's
for
so
me
sad.
personally, is the cognitive thing. Because like I can
It's really
I can almost
difficult,
understand
especially
why.
when you're used to being an eloquent speaker and
Yeah,
you're used to calling out the big words. And
that's what
yeah,
happened to
That
my
my
dad
mind,
when he got Alzheimer's.
yes, he was absolutely
Alzheimer's
lying about it.
scares
Was
the
a
daylight
Yeah,
speech.
it wasn't his favorite quote. He sat there and got
No,
a fortune cookie, then said, "No, that's why he couldn't remember it."
This is my favorite quote this week.
I'm gonna write this in the speech. Yeah,
This is my favorite quote for the week. Okay. 1 hour over. We got another
thank you
hour
for
to go.
hearing me out.
Yeah. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. My elementary school was awful. Thank you for telling me. We're going to go into the second hour. So we're going to take a 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we will see you on the other side with Mafia Video of the Year. And we're going to get a little political going into Foxy's videos of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see you all on the other side.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always daydreaming, never imagine I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free.
of the second hour, so let's go ahead and pay these bills. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/a Better Tracy Media page. Help Tracy in all of her endeavors, including getting more than 100 subscribers. Let's get to 150, folks. Let's get in there. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/complex mind. Help Diaz in all of his endeavors. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/radical truth to power. Exactly the way it's spelled, capital R, capital T, capital T, capital P. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, Borrelia.etc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to learn, but you should. And as always, if you want to drop me off a video, a comment of any kind, go to radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com. Nailed it! Last show of the year. And God knows when I come back, I'm going to sound like a blithering idiot reading the exact same stuff. So
That was solid. And you didn't even
That
say
was-
home.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen again. No time soon. We're taking literally 2 weeks off. There will be videos on my page, but they are recorded videos. So live, unless something, and it was a promise to Foxy and a promise to me, unless something truly dynamic happened of any type, the Ukraine war ends, somebody political dies, something like that. But Herschel Walker looking at
indicted.
Yeah, Herschel Walker looking into the sun is not going to have me go live. So, no, you will not see me for the next 2 weeks unless something dynamic happens. So, anyway, let's get on into it. Mafia video of the week. And
Sounds a lot better when you got the earphones in.
Unfortunately, because I'm going to hear it for a while. I know it. Unfortunately, Tracy wins again for Mafia Video of the Year with this little gem.
The song says chit chat, chitter whack. Nyla said, oh my God. I'm acting like my daddy right now, so it's okay. Chitty chitty bang bang, he's on attack. Trying to surmise you, trying to demise you. But you've got to know who
I got to cut in real quick. I got to cut in.
I'm not saying illiterate people shouldn't sing, but
I want you to look at the piano player. He's sitting on your right, and he's sitting behind the piano. He's sitting on the right. I want you to keep an eye on him through the whole video. She is entertaining. That dude is more entertaining.
The song says chit chat, chitter whack. Nyla said, oh my God. I'm acting like my daddy right now, so it's okay. Chitty chitty bang bang, he's on attack. Trying to surmise you, trying to demise you. But you've got to know who the enemy is. Chit chat, chitter whack. Chitty chitty bang bang, yeah. He's on attack. Give me a bass line. Trying to surmise you, trying to demise you. But you've got to know who the enemy is. Yeah. Let me sing through it. Them musicians pick it up. Let me just sing it through it. Come on. Chit chat. Chitter whack. Chitty chitty bang bang. Yeah. He's on attack. Trying to surmise you, trying to.
I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't.
I promise you, she thinks
I can't
the
do the whole video.
musicians messed up her song.
Oh, I'm sure she does. Yep.
She keeps changing the freaking tempo.
She was slightly sharp and slightly flat at the same time, and I got to tell you, that's a talent.
I don't know what that was. I know it was unfortunate, and I don't know that we could even call that a joyful noise.
It was noise.
It was bad. And I've never been to a church that was that bad. I've been at a few that had some pretty bad moments, but that was bad.
The only person that I ever saw in person that I thought was a bad singer, but she really wasn't. It just wasn't. Yeah, was the opera singer in our church that used to just everything was high pitched and opera-ish and everything else, and it's like, Tracy, why are you muted?
That's that person who sang chorus in school.
You better leave that high soprano alone.
That ain't nothing but them people who sang chorus in high school, and they think everything's supposed to sound like this.
Everything.
Don't I want to hear that?
Because she was the one who she always had to be the one. The only reason I didn't like her, because the older I got, the more I realized, okay, she's the person who always have to get the last note in the song.
Yes, oversings everything.
The music has stopped a long time ago, and all you can still hear is, like, lady, come on.
Y'all all know a singer like that.
Yeah, they all sing in the church.
They all do that.
They don't all sing in the church.
Well, Beyonce.
Thank you. You just named her.
Oh.
Thank you.
Beyonce oversings everything. She grabbed that note and just squeezed the heck out of it. That's her thing. It's the
I'm not much of a
woman.
fan.
That's what she does.
I'm not one way or the other, honestly, with Beyonce. I mean, she's a good singer. Appreciate her music. I've seen her music and everything else, but
I don't know about that.
She's a damn good performer.
She's an amazing performer.
Yeah, she always has
I
like
give
50
you
backups. I'm like, I don't get it.
How she got put on a freaking pedestal, like
Her father.
Because she got a very good management crew in her father.
Yeah, it must be the man.
Her daddy, the one did that.
And she had the look.
This
and
is
she
good,
had the right
but
timing.
Yeah,
She came out of that particular era of R&B. Or if you want to call it, I don't even know if you can call it R&B.
That's not R&B. She's more poppy, more pop soul. Like she's a combination.
Yeah, it was that weird type.
I liked Destiny's Child when it came out.
I never really.
I was a Kelly Rowland fan personally,
but I was young.
I thought Kelly was the better singer. That just
absolutely. She has the most beautiful voice. She has the most talent and whatever. She's better.
But because she's darker, that's
no, because she's the cousin.
She's darker.
Slightly sharp, slightly flat at the same time. It don't even out.
Because Michelle is super light bright. Ain't nobody cared nothing about poor Michelle.
And
Michelle fell down during the performance, and Kelly and Beyonce stepped right over her.
That was her daughter. It had to be her daughter.
But the question,
I thought it was a niece or something.
Why is she there with a mic?
She going.
That's what they do in church.
They do that.
Tracy, you know I'm right.
Now that is, I'm not even gonna lie about that.
To speak. You get a mic
I can't even lie
speak?
about that. They be holding mic. You not singing. Why you hold the mic? We in church. Oh, okay. We just accept
that's
it.
what we do. You just hold on to it. You might have a moment.
What? Wait, what? Say that again.
When
You have a mic to speak?
Yes, you just have a microphone in your hand. No reason. You're not singing. You just have a mic in your hand. You're not expected to sing when you have a mic in your hand. It happens all the time at church. All the time.
Why?
Especially when it's the children, because you want the children.
When it's a children's choir singing, they have all them kids with microphones and only one child is singing.
Yep.
Oh.
I get that because you're trying to pick up everybody's singing, but if you're standing there with a microphone and you're not going to say or sing anything,
but she was there just in case. In case.
Just in case what?
I don't know.
In case she had her moment. I mean, let's just be real.
Is right about that.
Just really prepared, Marlon.
Song that the child knew. The child would be singing backup vocals.
Yeah, if she had sang like this little light of mine, she'd have been like the backup singer.
or she'd be carrying a melody behind the thing if she's that accomplished. If she's that
The person
accomplished.
that was singing
But
didn't
the
even have a
person singing
freaking
was
melody.
terrible.
How the hell was this little girl gonna pick up on
That
it?
little girl might be extremely talented and her mama
She
crazy.
didn't take over from the mama. then.
Can't do
That's
that.
what she
We
did.
assuming that
Take
that's
over
a
from the
mother-daughter,
woman
by
that-
the way. We're just assuming that. We don't even know. They could not.
I am, because otherwise it'd be child abuse.
The daughter was awkward. She was happy at the beginning till she heard chitty chitty bang bang, and then she was like,
Chit chat chatterwhack.
She's like, "Oh, mama, don't sing this song, mama. Mama, don't sing it." Oh, she's singing the
If you
song.
look at the daughter, she was really happy till she said, "Chit chat paddywhack," and all the
Chit chat chatterwhack.
gibba dabba dabba dabba.
You're not gonna convince me this is a thing, Tracy.
Look.
People make up songs all the time.
In church.
The degree of
But-
the success of that
People
song,
make up songs all the time.
you
in
have
church.
songs
That's
like
fine.
Change, which is great, and then you have songs like this that are not so great.
Please say that you made up the song. Don't sit there and blame your daddy. And by the
What?
way, yeah, that's exactly what she said.
She said, "I'm acting like my daddy" when she first started singing.
Oh, that's because her daddy probably used to.
He
lead
was in the
songs
male
in
chorus.
deacon's choir.
Yep, he was in the deacon's choir. I don't know what y'all getting.
And you know this is a family church. You saw how small that thing was. This is a family church, so
Only thing I
they
remember
let
was the
some
piano
stuff
player
go.
laughing
Look at the
his ass
minister
off
who was
behind
sitting
her.
on the die, and he was sitting there like, because that's that encouraging thing that we do in the church. We just be nodding like it's good. Oh,
No,
I
y'all
feel
do
this.
that.
This good.
Yeah,
And
y'all
you be
sure
like,
do, Tracy. Don't I just sit there like, let this be over real soon.
Mariah Carey is a lot better singer than her.
Thank
I
you.
agree.
Thank you. I love me some Mariah.
God.
Mariah,
Old school
I love you,
Mariah, not this
Mariah,
new
I
Mariah.
love you,
No,
Mariah.
we like Vision of Love
I
Mariah.
love all Mariah, but forever you will forever be my baby. Now that's yeah, yeah. Go ahead, my Mariah. But Destiny's Child, Cater to You, love that song. And Beyonce had one song. It was like something about her daddy. It was a song
Anna's in the zone.
devoted
So
to her daddy. That was awesome too.
Foxy's videos of the week. I wasn't actually going to play this video because I thought it was kind of silly. But sometimes you just have to, in a marriage, you just have to take one for the team.
What?
Oh, nothing. I just thought you were gonna leave it on the floor like you normally do.
Oh, were you looking for a fight?
Yeah, actually. Can we?
I got you.
You're always leaving your clothes on the floor. Can you please just pick it up and put it in the hamper? That's what it's there for.
All you do is nag. You sound just like your mom.
Oh, you always bring up my mom.
Well, you are kind of like her.
You tell me I'm like my mom one more time.
Feel better?
Yeah, thank you. Carry on.
Never admit that.
That is the stupidest thing.
Well, they will admit it, but not in the moment like she did. I've called my wife out on this before. I'm like, look, what is it? Sometimes you just want to be mad. Like, is it something that you need to get out? Like, you frustrated about something else, and then I'm the safe thing, so you just mad at me. And she admitted it once.
So can we have an argument, please?
Yeah, I'm like,
But I'm like, but you're not
mine
gonna
is-
get an argument out of me because I'm gonna be like,
I'm all about peace.
I'm sorry.
My thing is so easy, and it comes from being married to Foxy for so many years. I know she have a bad day, and I know she just wants to vent because as soon as she say, and I'm just using that video as a platform. You always leave your clothes on the floor. Foxy, I don't leave my clothes on the floor. When did I leave my clothes on the floor? 5 years ago, okay, you just want to fight because there is no way in the world you're mad at me from 5 years ago when I left a handkerchief on the floor. So go ahead.
Boy, I can't imagine living life like that. That's
When I was
just
younger,
terrible.
I used to try to do all that. I mean, look, first of all, I've learned I spend most of my time walking on eggshells anyway, full disclosure. Because I don't like fighting with folks. I just don't, right? And I'm also the person who believes that if you see something's wrong, fix it. So if something's on the floor,
pick it up.
And I didn't put it there, I'm going to pick it up because this is my house. I live here. But if you come at me, this is old Theus, old cranky Theus. You come at me.
As opposed to what?
And I know, well, young Theus wasn't cranky. Young Theus was like impatient. I'm impatient and cranky. So you come to me now and you just mad and I ain't did nothing to you. I fight back.
I don't have time for all this stress.
I fight back.
I just can't
I ain't gonna argue
do
with
it.
you, but I show no. Oh boy, whatever energy you swing, you throw my way, I'm gonna catch it. Ball bad boy
I'm
up,
just about peace.
pop me right back in the forehead with it.
But can I ask you
ain't
this,
the one.
Theus? Because we've been married for a while now, me and you.
To each other, the way you said that.
Yes,
sentence.
and I have loved every minute of it,
Yeah,
Marlon.
like-
Every moment.
Love you, Marlon.
I'm like, the way you said that, I'm like, I know what you mean, but it didn't kind of come out right.
And the funny thing about it, Tracy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Got that right.
What?
Thank you. I'm going to continue now.
But yes, we've been doing this
Only-
marriage
only-
thing for a while.
Only Anna can interrupt me. My point was that is it maturity or just flat tired of just I just don't have the energy to argue with you on crap that's quite honestly not going to change the dynamic of our marriage. Like this is just a moment.
Well, I wouldn't call it maturity because it depends on the moment and how each of us feels in that moment, right? So, because sometimes she'll just be negative for no apparent reason that I can figure out. You just negative, like you just in a bad mood and you taking it out on me. And then most times I let it go. I don't acknowledge it. I just fix whatever it is she's saying needs to be fixed. And then I disappear for pretty much the rest of the day. And then sometimes I react to it, which is not a mature reaction. Sometimes I'll be like, who you think you're talking to? And now we go round and round and round and round.
Please say y'all don't do this in front of the children.
Oh, no, I don't fight in front of my children.
Oh, thank you.
No.
My parents did that. Y'all
I
was
kind of
crazy.
wish I could say that I didn't, but we can go in our bedroom and close the door.
And
You
y'all
still won't
still-
hear us.
yeah,
Right. You might hear some of that. But what I'm saying is like, and this is even like when I was going through my divorce, right? I was like, yo, whatever you might think of my ex-wife, that's her mother. So you don't ever say nothing negative about
Right.
her
No.
around her. Like that's not, we
Yeah,
don't
that's
do
that
that here.
child's mother. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So that was, I guess, where I got some of my training because my ex-wife would lay into me with my kid right there, and I would just take it until I could get out of there. And so that has become a part of me. So if my children are present, I'm not going to fight with you. But because we've now invested, as y'all like to say, the 20 years, I will talk it out. And I will say, look, I ain't fighting with you. You want to have a fight, have it on your own time. I ain't got it.
It
And
just depends on what it depends on what it is. If it's something, I'm gonna call it a little maturity only on the fact that if it's something that I know is going to affect the marriage, even short term / to long term, and we disagree, we're going to have a fight about it. It's inevitable. But if we're going to hold a discussion that is one-sided, 2 ain't going to affect us one freaking way or the other, but 3, you just have to get it off your chest. I don't have the energy for this.
But
I
you
just
also
really
have-
don't.
Right? You also have to learn how to fight fair.
Well, wait. So Tracy, I like that you said that because I believe in fighting fair.
Yeah.
No, I do.
I do.
I believe in
I
fighting fair.
agree with the concept.
No,
but
because No, ain't no but to it.
It
Like
is a but to
if I know what would truly hurt you, because we all have something, right? If I know what will truly hurt you, I will never say it to you.
No.
I don't care what we going through. That won't come out my mouth because I cannot, and for me, I cannot rationalize hurting the person that I say I love and I'm committed to protecting. I can't. If I ever go nuclear like that, the marriage is done. Right?
Yeah, that's finished.
So it's like, so yeah, I do believe in fighting fair. The problem though, and this kind of goes back to what I was saying yesterday about how men and women argue and fight. Women don't always fight fair.
I try to fight fair.
Now, my wife had to learn to fight fair. My wife had to learn, if you plan on keeping this guy, go ahead. Say what you got to say, yell at me, curse at me, do whatever you need to do. Cross the line one good time, though. I will burn it all down. I won't say nothing to you, but I
always been.
I don't play them games.
My issue has always been this.
My computer's.
You could fight as dirt. You could, if you want to fight dirty. This is past relationships, not this one that I'm in now. But this has been past relationships, and it still pisses me off to this day. You can fight dirty. It does. It does because I see it still in people's relationship. It just hurts the crap out of me. You can fight dirty. You can do whatever you want to. If the other person shut down, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. Because what you're trying to tell me is you want to fight dirty and you want to lower the hammer on them, but then you want them to react like everything is cool, everything is fine, it's not a big deal, which is true, but you forgot to finish the sentence by saying it's not a big deal to you. Because it wasn't said to you, it was said to the other person. You knew the direction that you was going with that argument. And now that they are affected by that argument, you want to take it back without saying, I'm sorry, I want to take it back.
Well, that's my whole point about
once you say
never
you
go
can't
nuclear.
take it back.
That's why you never go nuclear.
But once you say it's not, you can't do take backs.
Yep, it's out there.
It's the equivalent of people saying it's the equivalent of people saying, I'm sorry you took it that way.
No, you should just say, I'm sorry, I was an idiot.
No, but there are people who apologize that way, Tracy.
Yeah,
and,
it's people that
I hope I'm not one of those people.
I'm
Please
not
say I'm not.
apologizing for what I said. I'm apologizing for how you took it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not an apology. That's just
but and this doesn't make it right. It's just that people are complicated creatures. You also have to acknowledge the person that you are dealing with.
You sure do.
If you are in a committed relationship, there are trade-offs that you make that are not always logical. And that's a lot. That's saying a lot from a dude like me, right? But if you understand that this person has grown up in a world where they actually react out of trauma or out of instinct or out of survival or out of whatever, you got to understand your partner's backstory, right?
Yeah.
Now, your partner has to learn to adjust, right, to be able to function in this relationship. So there's going to be trade-offs they do on their side too. But that doesn't remove your responsibility, right? So if I'm like, my wife and my backstory is completely, I ain't gonna tell her business, but our lives are completely different as far as how we grew up. So her reaction to difficult situations is to shut down, right? To get smaller. My way is I grew up in the Cosby family. So in my family, we talk about everything. So I'm going to overshare. She's going to undershare. And then we end up fighting about that half the time. Hey, we ain't even fighting about the subject no more. We just fighting about how we don't. And
again, this is why people should take things slow in a relationship. We just want to date. No.
No, I'm agreeing with you about taking it slow. I'm a dinosaur.
Now,
so
not too slow. Now, didn't nobody say crawl?
Well, if that's what the other person needs, like if
my partner and I have been together for 5 years, and we're quite happy.
But 26.
If that's what that partner needs, like we always like to impose ourselves on the other people's situations. what really is like?
You
Let's
got
say somebody
2
is.
years.
If
with
people are
committed.
committed to each other, 100% committed to each other, but they never go and get married under the laws of the state or country, does that make it any less?
If you've been together for so many
No.
years, everybody knows you are a couple. Like down the middle. If you see him, you know she with her. If you see her, you know she with him. Y'all been together for so long that if you don't see him with her or her with him, hey, something wrong with such and such. Hey, is everything okay and everything? Yeah.
Because that ceremony don't make nobody be faithful.
Yeah.
That's true. It
That's
doesn't.
Man,
after
number
the
six.
20 semi-years
Marriage
been
is a contract with the government. It's not
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah, after a certain amount of time with being with somebody, you just like a party with a cake and to dress up. Because seriously, after this
And
point,
to
you
some
can't even
of
sit there and
us,
say,
that's
I
important.
want a wedding.
Well, we're not saying it's not,
after
Tracy.
20-something years of being together, you want a party with a cake and you can dress up. You don't,
You
y'all
can take-
been married. in
Well,
spirit.
I'm not saying it's not important. Like, for example, being married, like there were two things as a kid, two things I knew would define me, and that was being a husband and being a father. Now, I'm much better at being a father than I am at being a husband, but those are the two things that literally define me. So for me, getting married was always part of the equation. It was just a matter of when I felt like being married, right? So that's me though, right? So what if you're with a woman though who grew up a different way? Like where my wife grew up, nobody really was married. Like ain't nobody married out there, but people been together for 30, 40 years, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't change anything depending upon the people in the relationship.
Yeah.
And that's why I think a lot of people get it mixed up.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship with someone who really values the tradition and the structure of a marriage, right? We go before God and we go before the judge, right? This is their belief system. And you don't believe none of that. Either one, you're going to acknowledge that that's what they believe in and you're going to go along with it because that's how much you care about that person.
Or you gonna flee.
two,
You
you're
gonna
going to be
run.
like, this ain't going to work.
This is not for me. Yep, that's all I'm saying. I'm like, you.
Because my wife, I knew my wife was going to take my name. I was not going to take her name. But I also chose a very traditional woman. So she believes in gender roles with some exceptions.
With some exceptions.
With some exceptions, right? And same for me. We're very traditional in many aspects and respects. But at the same time, though, she's, I believe that people should be able to self-actualize. So she pursues her career and she does the things and all that. She don't need my permission to do nothing. And that's how we function. Now, we seek each other's permission out of respect, but it ain't required.
Nope.
We do
And then
want
we'll deal
to.
with the consequences.
All right, let's move on to the next video, which is probably going
You got
to
it,
be
Papa Smurf.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. That la, 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 la.
Oh, that's great.
We're gonna move on to the next video, which probably was gonna get into another discussion, but I did find it important because of the year end. This subject has come up many times. Not one of the top subjects in the United States or around the world, technically.
I feel
But-
you. Why isn't Lindsey Graham president? I'm with you.
Because he's a blittering idiot.
No.
And again, we put Trump in office, so can't even use that excuse no more. But this is a topic that came up many of
Let's
times.
learn from our mistakes, folks.
Just like her.
Anna, you funny. But
I
anyway,
know. I
so
know.
Lindsey Graham for president.
Mm-mm.
No.
next video.
I did not interview men for the first 4 years of my study. And it wasn't until a man looked at me one day after a book signing and said, I love what you have to say about shame. I'm curious why you didn't mention men. And I said, I don't study men. And he said, that's convenient. And I said, why? And he said, because you say to reach out, tell our story, be vulnerable. but you see those books you just signed for my wife and my 3 daughters? I said, yeah. They'd rather me die on top of my white horse than watch me fall down. When we reach out and be vulnerable, we get the shit beat out of us. And don't tell me it's from the guys and the coaches and the dads. Because the women in my life are harder on me than anyone else. So I started interviewing men and asking questions. And what I learned is this. You show me a woman who can actually sit with a man in real vulnerability and fear, I'll show you a woman who's done incredible work. You show me a man who can sit with a woman who's just had it. She can't do it all anymore. And his first response is not, I unloaded the dishwasher. But he really listens, because that's all we need. I'll show you a guy who's done a lot of work.
Boy, you really picking these uplifting ones. Oh, Lord.
Man, look. All right, so it's everybody gonna sit here like we had a funeral. All right, so
Just like, oh God.
I'm just saying, man, y'all got
I'm
all
so
solid.
He picking these sober ones. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh.
I mean, look, this gets into the
I
gender
got one
roles
that's gonna
and the
make you
discussions
laugh.
and all that. But I do find I'm going to be silly for a moment here, because social media. I love how people get on social media and they put forth a version of themselves. It's quite entertaining if you take a step back and watch it, right? Because you hear so often, at least for a few years leading up to now, about men need to be more in touch with their feminine side. Men need to be more in touch with their emotions. Men, don't try to fix everything. Sometimes you just need to hear. Sometimes you just need to feel, right? All these things. And that's cool, because I think those are all important things to be somewhat aware of, except for the part saying we need to be in touch with our feminine side. I mean, look, don't make me you to be better for you. Look, you didn't design me, okay? Like, I didn't design you. So the moment I try to design you, I'm going to break something that I actually need over here, because that's the problem with trying to fix something you didn't make. Okay? So better to go find someone whose broken pieces fit your broken pieces, and find somebody whose demons your demons can play with, and your angels can work with, and two imperfect people trying to build something better. That's what you need to be looking for, instead of this he completes me. Well,
Girl,
stop it.
Yeah,
Okay?
don't say that. That's
But
you better be complete on your own.
the part that trips me out, though, is women for so long, and this is a generalization, for so long we're talking that big talk. And now you got a bunch of men walking around that I call emotional, right? They're very, 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 very sensitive men. And they wear it out here. Because the thing about most men, we're all sensitive. Okay? We manifest in different ways, right? When a woman is being sensitive, we call her emotional. When a man is being sensitive, we say it's his ego. We're just using two different words for the same shit. Right? But anyway, you got a situation where I just think that everybody needs to stop trying to make somebody into something else and go find the thing that actually fits you. You might be surprised what the hell you actually end up with. Because I'm the kind of dude, I believe that my job, and I have a couple different roles, but generally my job boils down to like one big thing. I keep you safe. I'm the one that will run in that burning building. I'm the one that'll take the bullet. I'm the one that will kill and die for you. No questions asked, 100%. I'm that guy. I'm that dude. I don't care what the hell it is. If it can help save you, I'll die for you. That is me. Now, that doesn't work for everybody. Sometimes you might want somebody who's going to be more like, it's scary, and I understand that it's scary, and let us figure out what we are truly afraid of and what motivates our fear, so that we can work on a better union between the two of us, and we can conquer this world as a more holistic person. I'm not that dude. So I don't know. I rambled on. But basically, stop trying to make somebody into what you think they're supposed to be. Stop it. Rant over.
Just enjoy the person as they are.
Yep.
The only reason I even
The one that don't fit, reject it. Move on.
Yeah.
The only reason I played this video, because I don't want people to go to the extreme with this thing. I want to keep it as the most fundamental flatline base that I could possibly come. How you take it, fine. I'm telling you this because you look at this video again and go, Marlon said that you need to go wear a dress so you can understand how women feel. No, Marlon is saying all I ask is to be heard. I'm going to have bad days. I am going to be emotional in whatever my emotional show. Now, granted, sorry, this ain't going to be one of those I'm rolled up in a fetal position in the corner going, why is me? What the?
I did that after my first divorce.
I get it.
That was clinical depression, though, so it's a little different.
Yeah. But I can't see myself doing that. But I have found times when it's like I'm going through some things. And this is not a thing. Foxy already knows about it. She's a wonderful wife. She completely understands. But what I'm saying is, I have found some times late at night, I'm sitting here going, I got some issues. And I can't talk about it to anybody.
Yep.
I just can't. Because I'm either going to see it as weak or at the very least to get over it.
Everybody can't be broken.
I'm talking about me. I'm literally,
okay.
when I say the things that I'm saying, is because I've heard it. Get over it. Man up. Cowboy up. All this other stuff. It is what it is, and all this other stuff. It's like, my mom gave me a statement, and I'm gonna go backwards to go forwards, but it's gonna make sense. Remember how people always sit there and say, gosh, it is really cold out here. It is really cold. It is freezing out here. And somebody will always say something to the effect of, oh, this is not cold. You don't know this is cold. You think this is cold. This ain't really cold. My mom told me a statement that lives for me for the rest of my life. She always sit there and say, you know what's funny? Your definition of cold did not make me warmer.
Nope.
So that's why I sit there and go with people, man up, cowboy up, and everything else. You know what? Your path to where you are right now did not make my path better.
I agree.
So you manned up and you powered through it and all this other stuff. I'm still sitting here going, what the fuck has just happened? Because this has been a terrible day, terrible week, terrible month, terrible year. I'm glad that you was able to power through it, as no way, shape, or form made me feel better.
I told my wife this a long time ago. It was early in our marriage. I was like, when the kids are upset, they can come to you or they can come to me. When you're upset, you can come to me. But when I'm feeling like I got the weight of the world on my shoulders,
yeah,
who do I have to go to? Now, her response was, I can come to her. But and there are times where you would, because that's supposed to be your safe space, right?
Yeah.
But how many times, honestly, and I ask women this all the time, how many times can your man come to you broken before you start seeing him different? See, we don't know all the things that our women go through. And women, you ain't got a fucking clue all the stuff that we go through. We all walk through this world with like shattered pieces inside of ourselves. And instead of trying to not understand the other person, just give the person the room that they need and be there if they need to have somebody to sound off with, right? In a constructive way, right? Nobody, I don't care how bad your world is, you don't get to abuse somebody else. But like, I carry a lot of stuff. The self-doubt, all those different things. I ain't got nobody to take that to. Who I gotta take that to? And then, let it be where my other half has truly upset me. Not like your little normal stuff, but like you truly upset. Who I got to go to? Who I got? I'm gonna go take that to my dad. So I'm gonna put that on him now. I'm gonna unload that on him. Oh, I can take it to my brother. So I'm gonna unload that on him. Nah, I'm gonna sit on it, and it's gonna sit there, and it's gonna be all these broken. Like I how to say one of my little phrases. The worst part about a broken heart is the sharp edges tear up your soul. You know, and people don't understand that. Like, it's not just, you didn't just say something that hurt the other person's feelings. You said something that might have just broken their heart. And you can't put that back together, no matter how hard you try. And then if we're like me, where you just sit on it, now on the inside of you is just tearing you up, just chewing you up.
And you know what the bad thing about it is? I can't get nobody to swipe right. It just done got on my nerves. Done got on my last nerve.
Well, maybe internet shopping for dates is not the best format. So,
like Philip Davidson said, drastic times call for what?
Maybe you need to step back away from Walmart.
Drastic measures.
Go back to old school.
The dating game.
Go back to old school.
Yeah. But and
the reason I say that, and I don't know, and I'm just talking out my ass
for breaking the tension. But
I'm sorry, I was too serious. I apologize.
Get out more.
I do go
Try
out.
some speed dating.
You know what I told my homegirl?
Try that.
This is what I told my
Tracy,
homegirl.
what you do is you dictate the whole dating game on your phone, and then figure there ain't nobody out there. And it's like,
no, I'll put it on different way, Molly. Tracy writes the entire stage play of her relationship.
Yep, sure do.
And then goes to try to find the cast member to play the lead role. That shit don't work.
And
you need to get a co-author and write this damn thing. But I'm just being silly. But it's true. But I'm being silly.
Yeah,
but the advice I gave my homegirl though was this, and I don't know how accurate it is because
stop going on Tinder because that's the worst dating app ever.
No, I don't believe in internet shopping for dates. Internet shopping is just going to get you sex. That's
I'm not trying to be vulgar when I say what I'm going to say, but quite honestly, at this point in time in 2022, going into 2023.
As Phil Davis
you meet somebody online, they have a great relationship and they get married and live happily ever after. It's kind of being an outlier.
Well, Anna shared with us that it worked for her.
And it's great. But I'm sorry,
Anna,
I'm saying it's still an outlier because the majority of the time it's still people who, even in my time of the dating app, was more of, hey, it's 3:00 in the morning. What you doing?
Oh no,
I get it. But Marlon, what I was getting at is this.
3:00 in the morning.
What I'm getting at is this. You got people, right? Okay. It's all about the pool that you're playing in, right?
Mm.
If you are doing it off of the I call old school, right? So it's don't try to figure out where he or she is that will suit you. No, you do what entertains you. You do what interests you. Because if you're doing you and you don't have your walls up all the dang on time, but you're doing you, the guy who's interested in the stuff you interested in, guess where he's gonna be? Gonna be where you at, because you doing you. You're not worried about him, right? But the problem is people put their walls up, so even when they're doing their own thing, they don't let nobody else intrude in. so there's no the connection can't happen, right? That's that part. Yeah. But then you look at, okay, well, get with the times, Theus. People go on social media and they got dating apps and all that. I'm gonna tell you now, dog phase Theus, player phase Theus. It's a good thing we did not have such things at that time, because I can go shopping. Okay, yeah, I can lie to her. Okay, yeah.
You got to understand, back in the day,
I was just trying to break up the seriousness and y'all took this.
We're talking about something all different. You got to understand, back in Theus' day, replace the word.
I'm not that. I'm older than Theus, and I'm 2 years younger than you.
Tracy, I'm not even talking about you. Back in
our say our day, because we're all relatively the same age.
Just replace the word app with club. Because that's
one place. Oh, I didn't go chasing for girls in the club.
I surely did.
If I went to the club for
our whole hunting was
the only reason I go to the club was because I just wanted something to play with, or I just wanted to get something to drink. Okay.
Not the chicken wings, because I've heard the chicken wings at the club is good.
Only at certain strip clubs.
Only at certain places.
But when it came to,
I'm still not forgiving the place that tried to do spaghetti and meatballs as a.
What in the world?
Just chicken wings and French fries.
Don't go back to that place.
Don't tell me the name.
Places that did chicken wings and fish. They knew their avenue. I did have a place who their dish was spaghetti and meatballs.
No, I am. But anyway, we're not doing this.
Even going one of them places, but that is special.
It didn't last long. The club didn't last long.
Oh my! But anyway,
oh my! Clutch pearls.
Very much so, sir. I'm getting the vapors. But but the thing is, like, even like dog phase is, I got standards, man. I got very, 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 very strict standards. And so the type of women that I would deal with, I wouldn't find in the club. She might go to the club, but I ain't gonna go get you out the club. Like, it's just certain, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm weird like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. My hunting pattern was a little different than a lot of people. Like, I literally would decide I want her. And then I would devise a plan to get her. My success rate was super high.
There was a club in Charlotte who, quite honestly, that was the only reason why we went to that club.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Their chicken wings was just that good. The club sucked rocks, but the chicken wings was fabulous.
I mean, all clubs had basically the same thing: overpriced drinks and chicken wings. And people that came in.
You can get them little slider burgers, and then sometimes they do the cheesy fries.
Nope.
That's a whole meal. What are we doing? Applebee's?
That's what I'm saying. Did you club at Waffle House? Where was you going?
I go to club. I'm in Atlanta. So you go to club in Atlanta, they got food. Right? They got a chef.
Daytime McDonald's, nighttime club McDonald's. All right, we're gonna move on to the next video.
Now I want.
Hang on, though. The first time my partner walked by me, and suddenly I was all at attention. Like, she changed the room when she walked in. There was something emotional, spiritual, and physical about that reaction that I had. It dropped all the way down to my toes. I could not look away.
She said toes, Tracy, not her ho-hos.
I thought that's what she said. I'm like, her what?
Toes on the feet.
I know that the Theus has said it.
But you have to pass past that, though, to get to your toes.
Yep.
And we were
Parker.
We were in a pizza place.
Parker,
it doesn't matter where you are.
But
and yes, I do have experience being with people who have successfully done the online dating thing. Personally, it's not for me.
I don't remember that argument, but okay.
As Phil Davis has said, drastic times call for what? Drastic
It's all
measures.
about using things as a tool.
Who
I think
said
that's
that?
the thing.
As it's, exactly,
It's a tool,
exactly.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I know, right?
And
I saw her face. I was like, yeah, I got to say something.
I was like,
Toes.
I was trying. See, here's the thing. I can control my mouth. But it be my face that needs to live. I can't control my face.
It is absolutely.
I be
Oh my
trying so
goodness.
hard. I'm like,
I know people who are
I gotta watch.
100% good with controlling
I
their
can control
filter
my
to their
mouth.
mouth.
I can do it really well.
But
face,
they can't filter their face.
the face will
This
give
is
me away
virtually
every time. I'm
impossible
like,
for them to filter their face. It's going to come out in the expression of their face. They can't help it. I mean, they
My
literally
problem
just
is-
can't help it coming out on their face.
yep. I always
They're
tell
not going to
people
say
that.
anything.
Yeah, I can't
They're
play
not even
poker.
going to bring it back up to you ever
I'm-
again. But you can say something to me. You can say something to them, and they don't say a word, but you know their facial expression go, "You stupid as fuck." Oh, that's the
But
dumbest thing I've ever
Marlon,
heard.
that's not
Or
fair,
what the
though.
hell are you talking about?
That's
And
not
then
fair,
didn't
though.
say a word came out of their mouth. Is
Marlon, that's not fair because I work with people of a different cultural background.
you have to.
And they, for some reason, think they can read my facial expression. You cannot.
Oh, you
okay?
can read mine.
The only
Yeah.
way you can, no, the only way you can read me, like to actually read me, you got to know me, right? Because my relaxed face, my paying attention to you face, looks like either I'm angry or I don't give a fuck. But that's not what's happening. What's really happening is I'm trying to process every word, every thought, everything you're saying. I am bringing it in because see, my brain is, you think I talk a lot? Yes, because my brain is noisy. So when you say something to me, what you're saying is coming in. I'm talking to that. Like I'm pulling it apart and doing all that. My brain is super noisy. So my face goes from to, and now you think I don't like you.
I don't have that gift. I
so
say it
glad-
all the
I'm so
time.
glad that you said that. I
I
really
will-
am.
Yep.
Because all that tells me is that I know you very well. Because
Yeah.
when I see the expression on your face and I go,
Oh, my mad
shit,
face is pretty clear.
oh shit, this is about to be a shit storm that's going to come out of Thea's mouth. And then I go, and then after what you said, I go, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not what is going to. Then I think back to all the shows and I go, no, I wasn't fucking wrong on none of his facial expressions. It literally was 100% correct. No, what was coming out of his mouth.
But as you get to know me, you can do that. Like I have,
Yeah, and I
have
get what you're saying. When people
like my
see-
coworker, she can read me from just looking at me, and my ex-wife to this day can read me down to my core, and all I did was say hi. Right. So if you really know me, you can do that. But like strangers or bosses and all that
No,
stuff.
see, I don't possess. I say it all the time. I can control my mouth. I do pretty good with it, but it be the face. The face gonna tell you every time what I think.
Tracy, and there's people that just like that.
I just
They
can't. I
cannot
can't.
control
I be
their-
trying.
their-
I be like, Lord, my face need deliverance. Deliver my face. My mouth,
They
I'm good.
They
But
can.
not
Yes,
face.
I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying. You have information is coming in. Your face flattens out, and it has a, being looked to. That's one thing.
Yeah, you guys
What
are
I'm talking
way
about
better.
is people who they're sitting there chilling, and they're polite or professional, however you want to take it. However you want to take it. And something is being said, and they're not going to say anything bad. They're not going to be mean or spiteful or hatred or anything else. But their facial expression, however milliseconds that it is like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because you knew
Like-
exactly what I was thinking when I
Shut
had
up.
that expression on my face. I'm like,
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
just-
thought
it
that with
just
you.
went,
But you know what? I can't read. I cannot really read you, Tracy, when you're doing your interviews. Because when you do your interviews,
I'm in a whole nother zone.
It's like you're literally like interested in what they're saying. And I'm sitting here like,
it doesn't move.
Because like if I interview Safety Vest Man and he was answering the way that he was, my whole face.
No, my face ain't gonna move worth a damn because every question that I have after the idiotic things that come out of his mouth is gonna be expressed in word.
I hope he's not watching this because he
ain't watching it.
I literally did email him about your request today, actually.
And he'll probably put that in the junk drawer.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't either, because
we would be nice, wouldn't we, Theo?
I absolutely would be nice.
Yeah.
You would be absolutely professional. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm very nice. I don't back down, but I'm very nice.
Nope.
I'm very nice. Just let it be understood.
Yeah, but when I'm interviewing,
you are in a position.
That's a form of me. When I'm with you guys, it's like family because I'm just like, okay, I'm relaxed.
No,
and
I wouldn't be like that.
It's a different platform.
No, I'm talking about the difference between me now and me when I do an interview. When I'm doing an interview, I'm in the zone. I'm like thinking, what am I going to ask? What am I going to talk about? I'm just in a zone. So I block all of me out. I just literally ask questions.
Where you're finna get a position in government that can affect other people's lives.
Parker didn't just say what he just said.
What did Parker just say?
I don't think we've gone. Well, we haven't.
No, every sense I'm like, oh.
That's how that one interview has affected this show.
That's got the most views on a whole nother channel, mind you.
Probably because people can't believe this fool said what he said.
Are you going to be able to let this go next year?
Chances are no. Probably not.
No, he's going to bring it right into the new year.
Not till we get a new one.
No. Has the election happened yet?
His election is in March.
His election is in March? I'll let it go in March.
No, I can't promise that.
Okay.
Have you heard me say anything about Herschel Walker lately?
We've talked about him today.
No, I said I'm not gonna. No, the only thing I said about it is no, I'm not gonna do a live video of Herschel Walker saying something stupid. That's
but I think he's in the rear view now.
Yeah,
he never wanted to run in the first place.
Like, no, I'm not gonna bring him up for.
And the sad thing is,
because it's funny, it's like you
game. Yeah, well, the saddest part about it though,
he never wanted it.
I don't know how to put this. This is not going to be very PC, people. But
what is on this show?
The problem with Herschel Walker, okay, there's a couple issues with him. One was the fact that he was literally used as a puppet.
Yes.
To go up against Warnock. Not for any credentials or anything else, but just because you think solely of the black community that you figure we could split the vote by simply giving them a black person. So that part is a strike against the Republican Party. And it's a strike against him for allowing himself to be used because he's already got money. He's got businesses. He's got all these different things. He didn't need this, right? But he was willing to be enlisted to do.
That's because Trump talked him into it.
He was willing to do the white man's business, right? And I'm not talking about white just because of white, but just like there's a certain type of white guy or white mentality that's going on, right? And they used him, and that's wrong. White.
Yeah.
And they used him, and that's wrong. And then the other thing I was going to say about him is I also kind of feel for him.
I do too.
Because it was like watching someone make fun of someone without them being in on the joke. Right? And that's how I felt like he was not mentally up to the challenge of processing everything that was happening around him. Everybody was telling him how great he was and how he's the right this and right that. And he was believing it because they had earned his trust and they were abusing his trust to get what they wanted out of him. Right? So it's like he was wrong and he was the victim all at the same
all
time.
the same time. Look at his son,
Right,
Christian.
right.
I mean, Christian, his son, is the better example. As
And
a
then
part,
now they're throwing Herschel away. They're done with him.
yeah, it's
You don't
like,
hear nothing else about Herschel.
and that's the part that makes me feel sad. But then he starts talking about vampires, and I'm like, okay, thank you. You just brought
That's a
me
good
back.
story. People give him a hard time. That was a good story.
That was a. Did you
That was-
understand it?
Disabled men
I
who
understood
just
it.
need
I've sat there and
respect.
watched this 15 times, and I'm like, what is he talking
I
about?
understood the story. I understood all of his little dumbass stories.
You are smarter than me.
I knew where he was
I
trying
am
to go.
not, Susan.
I follow him a lot.
I knew where he was going. I ain't gonna sit there and say that I understood it.
Mm-mm,
Like,
I didn't
no,
understand
that's
not
true.
none of it.
knew
I
what
was
he
like,
trying to
Y'all
say.
ain't never had a 3-year-old try to tell you a story.
And exactly.
No,
that's what I
because
said.
I don't-
understood
how many
what he was
3-year-olds
trying to
Yeah.
say, but no, I'm not gonna sit there and say I understood it.
I understand.
Mm-mm,
I'm a
no.
kid whisperer. Like I'm that. Like I've always
I-
been able to
yeah,
understand.
I can talk
older people.
to
It works. So
Nah,
it's cool.
I'll take the teenagers.
Nah, teenagers
Okay.
they want to challenge you for no good reason.
And I missed the beginning part, so I could only respond to what you were saying at the beginning. Is I missed the last part of what you were saying.
No, we were just talking about the
No, I heard the beginning part
dual
of it,
track of
but
Herschel.
I just want to put this out there, just to clarify that that's how. And I'm talking about Republicans because I know somebody gonna say Democrats do the same thing. I get it. I understand. I'm just talking about Republicans at this point. We can have another discussion on Democrats at a later date.
When is the later date gonna be?
My nephews
It's
call me
2023.
Auntie Austin.
It won't be the
Send
day
it
they have
to
the black
me.
No,
community
you
you're
know.
not invited
We're
to.
good.
But the fact of the matter is, that's how Republicans feel for
Yeah,
the black community.
Just get somebody
And
black.
all we
people
have to
for
do
it.
is put a black face up there with the least most credentials, and we're just going to
No,
overlook
it's
it.
Switch Republican
Because
for
he was black.
conservative.
yep,
Conservatives.
conservative.
Just put a black face out there. Does he have
Yeah,
any
he's
credentials?
famous. They'll go for that.
Does he have any talent? No.
He
Does
wasn't
have
even
any
good in the
experience?
NFL, but
No.
so he was good in college. Let's run
So
him.
why are we putting a black person up there to vote for? Because he's black.
Well, and there's
And
actually
popular. I gotta admit one thing. And popular. The name
He
Herschel
was the
Walker does
type-
carry some weight.
he was the type of black man that conservative folklore
Love.
finds acceptable.
Yep.
He's big, he's handsome, he's strong.
I don't count Herschel.
He is. He's a handsome dude. So
With
he might
the
not be your
mustache or
taste.
with
He might not be
that?
your taste, but I'm just saying he's not an ugly dude.
No,
And
he's
then-
not ugly. I wouldn't say he's ugly.
and
He's
so-
just all right.
He fits those particular molds because that's the breaking of the buck, right? This is one that works for us. He talks how we want him to talk. He seeks our
But he didn't have
inclusion
no
and
facial
our
hair either.
I'm sorry. He what?
meaning for white people, for the conservatives.
Oh.
That ain't for black folk. Come on, man.
Oh,
Black folk were insulted.
I
Only black folk that like Herschel Walker was Timmy.
No, because did y'all see that one black lady they interviewed about his morals? I'm like, girl, what?
But the way you get black people,
that's
and
hypocrisy
it's not,
of the conservative. That I'm not.
That's a
gonna
black
talk
conservative
that one.
woman.
That's hypocrisy of that.
because
party.
it's not even just the hypocrisy of it. It's a black conservative woman.
Yeah.
So conservatism doesn't necessarily mean white.
Nope.
It's overwhelmingly white, but black people are very conservative as well.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of we are socially liberal because of our history here.
Yeah.
Our
right?
trauma and the
Right.
things we've
So
experienced.
we are much more liberal and progressive because we're still fighting for rights that somebody else gets when they're born, right? So that's our dual track. But a black conservative like Safety Vest Man has already like distanced themselves from the legacy. Like they're trying to outrun the legacy.
Yeah, got to
And-
March, Tracy. Suck it up.
So Herschel was perfect for them, right? It's kind of like when the
There's the
evangelical
touch.
church.
Make your face go.
Like, if you ever get into a
She got
debate
to March.
a debate with a otherwise normal conservative white person, just get into a good conversation with them, and they will definitely trot out. I have black friends,
Yep.
right?
There's not a racist bone in my body.
And I had one try to sick his whole church on me, and he started naming all these African names, and I was like, dude, do you okay? There's a whole nother discussion, but anyway. But that's what ends up happening because their view of inclusion doesn't cost them anything.
Nope, never has.
Right? For them, inclusion means I'm allowing you to be present here so long as your black self has my white mind. And as long as that's happening, hey, we're inclusive.
The last conversation I had with somebody who said they had white friends, and I literally, and it's me who decided that I'm no longer holding a conversation with anybody. I don't even care how long the conversation goes. Any part of the conversation goes with, but I have black friends. Was I talked to a guy and he pulled that line. I have black friends. Really? Who? What's their name? Well, I don't think they want you to know who their name is.
You
Now,
don't
this
have
dude dropped names, dude.
I know, but this dude was not
YouTube.
dropping names.
He started dropping names.
I'm sorry, did you, going back to the old story, I'm sorry, did you work for the FBI? Did you work for the CIA? Your black friends are confidential? Why?
Now the best ones are, I got
Tell
black
me.
friends. And he'd be like, well, what's his name? Bill? Oh, I don't know Bill. I know all the black people, but I don't know Bill. You know, that blow their mind.
Yeah, because we all look alike. People putting up two black people don't look nothing alike.
That's
Like
like
y'all
saying
know
I
them
can
two
speak for
people.
all black folk. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I
they
can't.
will
I can't.
pull that one, yeah.
Yeah, people like now, yeah.
My friend Bill. Your friend Bill.
who?
He's standing right over there. You mean Frank? Oh, I meant Frank. Yeah, I meant Frank.
But that's your friend, but you don't know his name. Okay.
But that's your
But
friend.
you know, it's cool. But you know, it's cool on another level though. Like in this particular case, it wasn't cool because dude was like, you know, my black friends, they would eat you alive because you sound racist. And I'm like, tell you what, take this thread, show it to your black friends.
No, he won't. He don't got
Just
no.
have them read through this and see their reaction.
He doesn't have any black friends.
Conversation ended right there.
He done
Dude,
went
I'm
to
telling you
Ebony.
right
He done
now,
read one
you're not
issue
even
of
getting
Ebony
past your black
magazine, and he
friends.
got black friends.
He done slept with one black girl, and all of a sudden he know the black struggle. But this flips the other way too, right? Because we speak at a lot of generalizations about white people.
Yep.
And being white isn't even an ethnic like designation.
Nope.
That's like when you see people write, like when you see me write, I always capitalize the B on black. And I lowercase the B, I lowercase the W on white, and I lowercase the B on brown. And people are like, well, what? Why you do that? The reason why I do that is because when I say black, I am talking about a specific group that has been deprived of the ties to its own legacy and lineage. So I am talking about a specific group. It's the African Americans. We are also known as black people, okay? Because everybody else gets to be Nigerian or whatever they go, whatever, right? White, I lowercase, and brown, I lowercase because it is such a general, broad term.
Right. You can
Right,
be
it is
brown
way too
and
broad.
Indian. I mean, you could literally be from India and you're brown.
Right?
You literally are brown.
So when people say brown, they're typically talking
Or
about
South
Latinos.
America.
And I'm
Or
like, but Latinos, that's an entire continent.
Yeah, because you could
and
be Afro
islands
Latino.
change, and
Y'all need to go ahead and hit that like button right now
Please
as
do.
we speak, because if y'all getting this fire right now, whoo,
We
y'all
just
gonna
not gonna
love
take.
February.
We're not gonna take
Oh,
Mr. Robertson
y'all are
into
going to love
2023. That's
February.
gonna be the promise.
Oh,
That's
but
gonna
I'm
be.
Mr. Robinson.
No, I'm talking about the other Mr. Robinson.
you got till March to practice
No,
your
after no, they're gonna
period.
they're gonna find some excuse. They're gonna find some excuse to keep it going.
At least Marlon has said
Is
that he would
gonna run
take it till
again?
March.
Is he?
But
Would he run?
think of
Would
the
he, would
practice
he be
that
the
you
person
get
that
in,
would run again
Tracy.
if he loses?
Probably.
Then I will keep it up.
See, he's gonna find some excuse. And this is
I'm sorry. Again, like I said, when you are going for a position that affects other people,
we don't
I
have.
am going to question you. Now, I said question, not call you out or thrash you or anything else. But yeah, for somebody who came up with the term "vest boy." But the fact of the matter is, I don't give leeway when you feel like I'm hurt, stop insulting me and everything else. When I know if you get in a position that affects far more people than you and your hurt feelings.
No, that was me making an assumption.
If he runs again, I will give him the benefit of a doubt because I have seen some politicians who they run one time and their stance was just like way off the board. Like
He might get better.
And they run a second time and they learn from their issues and they run a lot better and run on that platform. So I would literally give him the benefit of a doubt of seeing exactly how he runs. Now, Tracy, again, if he comes back on here talking about how the government is in the hands of the gas stations and the taxes and everything else, but at the same time, want to turn the whole state over to the corporations? Come on. Come on now.
We're going to leave this in 2022.
I said if he does it again in 2023, though. Unless he turns around and go, I meant the small companies, small businesses.
Man, fast forward that dude 15 years and he's Kanye.
They never gonna let me live this down. Never, ever will I ever live this down.
There's only 2 ways that a black libertarian black conservative
I know it's not, but I'm like, oh gosh.
They either end up as Tim Scott or Kanye West. That's what they do. That's what they turn
the
into.
last show of the year. I want to say I'm so glad I found your ally show this year. First time I saw this channel was you all was live in the day after Roe versus Wade was overturned.
Yeah, I remember that
we
day.
welcome you to the family, Parker, because you always drop them facts, man.
Parker, you have been great on this show.
Yes. And so is Susan, and so is Mickey. Yes.
Because you have been great.
You
The
have
whole
a family.
Wishing the best of all you in 2023. I think we should make a goal for Radical Truth the Power to reach 100 subscribers by the time Tracy.
Yeah, where are you, Marlon?
He's at 63. He close. He's right there.
He over there with me. Marlon, we got to do better, 63?
I think he was 63.
67.
67. That's not far off.
Right, man. You all know
I'm in the low
I have
60s.
a whole list of people to interview, right? And there'll be I got him, but I got somebody who's second place in it because the other one was just whatever.
Who was your best interview? I'm like, Marlon, no, you did not say that answer.
No, your best interview was, and I hate to keep saying this because I really do not want to come off as I'm
oh man, I ain't got 43.
Disrespecting her, but I already got what your best interview was the black lady that was running for governor. Yeah,
Constance Everett. Yeah, pretty much everybody but the
all-time favorite.
Yeah, everybody was
because I haven't seen it.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that was my best. Matthew Holt is second.
Wait, I might have seen it.
Matthew Holt was my second best.
She's run for office before. And
who was your first best?
I said Constance is number 1 and Matthew is number 2. Those are my 2 best interviews. Matthew was
better, man. I'm only at 43. I'm ashamed.
Matthew Holt was the one Thea said he's running a clinic.
Yeah, that was a really good interview. And that's because he was willing to share. He was like really, he knew his stuff.
Your last interview wasn't bad either, but Constance will always be my favorite.
Mr. Ho was the last one, wasn't it?
No, I interviewed Hector Rose. Hector is with the Libertarian Party. See, I know my interviews in the order that I'm doing.
I didn't think I missed one, so I guess I missed.
You missed Constance. Constance, you definitely missed.
I think so.
You really
everybody who's turned in a ballot said that was my best one. I mean,
your first one?
Constance was my first black female.
I think I saw her.
Great. She was.
It might have been a
great.
different one of your shows, maybe.
No, she been only on one of them.
But anyway, let's get to the last one of the night.
Yes, and this is not about my channel. It's about Marlon's channel.
And I promote everybody's channel. I will report the Tracy Carson. I will report on Anna Hart's website. I will report on Thea Robinson's videos. Who actually
he didn't drop some.
He
didn't. I'm like, hey, he getting up there. He might get 50 videos before the end of the year. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
I only got 43 subscribers, man.
Because you don't do videos.
I have 16.
But hey,
Anna, you got like 350.
No, I do not put myself out there. This is the only place that people. I have 16.
We got to get all our numbers up.
Yes, I agree with that.
All right, last video of the night, and I said I was going to go out on a good note because I am, but I'm not even going to take anybody down because it's real short, but I have to admit, this really was a very good question.
No, just hear me out. How Willy Wonka sent golden tickets all over the world, and the only people that found them was English-speaking Caucasian children. Bro, we're not doing this again.
He did see.
Because global racism is real.
Can you repeat it again?
No, just hear me out. How Willy Wonka sent golden tickets all over the world, and the only people that found them was English-speaking Caucasian children. Bro, we're not doing this again.
I missed Willy Wonka. I'm so I totally missed the Willy Wonka reference.
And I didn't think about it until because I literally never saw the movie.
It's a Wizard of Oz ripoff.
No, I've never
that creeps me out.
Don't get crazy. There are movies out there where I actually got the concept of a bunch of the movie without actually ever seeing the movie. And
yep, that's what it's the same story. Blah blah blah.
But
blah,
I
blah,
do
blah.
remember that.
Not the Johnny Depp version. You gotta watch the Gene Wilder version.
Both of them are terrible.
You kidnap children off
Both
using
of
chocolate?
them are terrible. Terrible.
What movie?
Willy Wonka and the new one, they both terrible. Like, stop it.
I'll take your word for it. I've never seen the movie.
You know, it's coming from a person who doesn't like movies. But I will not see New Jack City, the stage play. I have standards.
That's terrible. That's actually a terrible
Thank
take
you, Parker.
altogether. That's $2 million, Parker. But yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was a deep conversation.
Well, we went all in.
Although at the same time there are, and I'm not going to say any names whatsoever, but there was one person on that panel that we're not taking any financial advice from.
No, when I played it back, dude, for real, I was like, yo,
solid.
You saw my comment. I'm like, Antoine's position making a little bit more sense right now.
It was not. This dude was like, I'm dipping in, doing what I'm doing to everybody else, and I'm getting the hell up out of Dodge.
That's smart. I want out.
That's not smart.
I'm retiring as an expat. That is 100% my plan.
It's going to take a lot more. It's going to take a lot more.
That would be great.
Did they really say they're going to take us all over the world, or was it just in the? No, it was
it was around the world.
It was around the world.
Qualifier. It was around the world, but it only went to high-end candy stores in exclusive communities and neighborhoods. That is one of the reasons why you only saw it happen where certain people had a chance to get it. And Charlie was poor, but he didn't go to a poor school, right? So he was in a community where wealth was also there as well. So that's why you didn't see no little Asian kids or black kids and nobody like that, because those candy stores aren't where they live.
And the contest was rigged.
And the contest was rigged because he specifically worked whatever his magic was to ensure that Charlie got a ticket. Charlie was not happenstance.
No, it was all a setup.
So yeah, and then remember the bad guys. Well, they just showed up whenever the ticket got picked up. Anyway, yeah.
Just
Racism's
watch the
real.
Tom and Jerry version. That's all I got to say about it. That's the best
I'm
one.
sorry, Tracy. You are deeply offending me right now.
The Tom and Jerry version of it is the better one.
The only time I even took it down was she's like, I'm not even gonna watch New Jack City. It's like, okay.
I have
If you can watch that train wreck of a thing called Showboat or whatever the hell that
That
thing is.
musical is great. I don't even know what you're talking about. Rachel Strife. That musical was time.
You probably like Gone with the Wind.
No, I've never seen Gone with the Wind.
I'm surprised.
I have never seen it.
I was surprised too.
I am very surprised.
I've never seen it.
Showboat, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's my favorite musical of all time. So what we going?
Oh my.
Oklahoma every night.
Sorry.
Hey, where that music at?
We know we.
Somebody play her off the stage.
That is.
Sandman.
I'm not playing the outro music.
Where's the
because
Sandman?
you don't want to hear her singing Oklahoma. The most, well, you know what I'm about to say. The most.
Nope, they had an all-black version. Thank you. There's been a
Oklahoma.
They had an all-black version. I didn't. Thank you, Parker. That's why I didn't like. I'm like, this movie is stupid. The Tom and Jerry version is much better.
If you read the book, you probably
I don't want
enjoy it,
nobody to talk. I don't want anybody to say nothing. I just want to clarify something. You had an all-black version
Of Oklahoma.
of Oklahoma.
Yes, and it was really good. There's all black versions of a lot of musicals. The Wizard of Oz, we
That's
call it
like
The Wiz.
having an all-black version of Idaho.
The Wiz was terrible.
The Wiz was a great
Was
stage
absolutely
musical. It
right.
was a horrible movie. I'll give you that. It was a horrible movie, but a wonderful stage play. Yes, you have to see it. It was great. I didn't think I was going to like it. I was like, oh my goodness,
I'll
this is
see the
good.
black version of Oklahoma as quick as you see New Jack City.
As far as stage plays go, I like Shakespeare. I like A Raisin in the Sun. I like Grapes of
I
Wrath.
love Raisin in the Sun.
And I like Fences. But that's yeah.
And I was raised up on stage musicals, period. That's why I love them so
And
much.
I'm sorry that somebody did that to you.
Nope, my parents did a great job. They made sure. Hamilton had black people. They was trying to be incorrect
And welcome
Ride
87.
Hello, hi.
Yeah, and I really do.
Hamilton having black
Ride
people is
87, I want
hilarious.
to see Hamilton. I do. I want.
It's
to see
hilarious to say that Hamilton had black actors in any role other than slaves.
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't think I was gonna like Hamilton, and I
That's
ended
why
up
the
loving
state
it.
of Oklahoma really needed Charles Booker.
Kentucky don't deserve him. Kentucky does not deserve the awesomeness of Charles Booker. Period.
I keep hearing Cory Booker when I see Charles Booker. I'm
Nope,
sorry.
they totally different. Because Charles doesn't cry when he's sitting there in a Senate meeting.
See, look, see, right there. I told you, Marlon, right there. Right there, Marlon. It's no safe place for a black man to be sensitive.
Nope, we ain't
Them
supposed
fake
to cry.
tears,
We ain't supposed to
them
be
fake
inspired. We
crocodile
supposed to be
tears, them
ain't
fake
safe. It
crocodile
ain't safe.
tears.
right here.
Fake,
Tracy just proved it.
Right here.
fake crocodile tears.
We supposed to be status quo.
That's why Rosario Dawson broke up with him. Now, I said it.
Well, she broke up with him because the election process was over.
I mean, what chance did he really have? Never mind, I'm going to shut up.
Why not? He's a powerful, well-connected man.
Who's
Who we talking
done?
about?
Corey, when he was dating Rosario.
I don't get into that personal life.
I don't
And
either.
and I say that as to say I don't want your personal life to affect politics, and I really think that's just disgusting that you would vote for somebody because of who you're dating and all this other stuff.
But the
I
fact
think it's
is,
disgusting. One thing has
But a lot of
nothing to
people
do
love
with the
Barack
other.
because of Michelle.
yep, they sure did. They loved him because of her.
Got him a lot of
Wait a
grace.
minute.
Got him a
No,
lot of grace.
No,
I agree with that one.
no,
Yes, I agree.
I wholeheartedly
When Obama would
disagree
make a
on
mistake,
that.
you would look at Michelle and be like, well, at least she's there to help fix this shit. And that
I disagree.
Wow, I
bro.
didn't
That
have her as a
completely-
part.
I'm not gonna. They love
She's Black
Obama
Camelot.
because of Michelle.
they're
No.
gonna go
Yeah.
down in history with Black Camelot. They're gonna be
Sure, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
She's Guinevere?
Resident and Louis.
No, meaning like Camelot
Yeah.
from the standpoint of who's
Excellency.
the president who's the president who got
Kennedy.
shot? Yeah, Kennedy family.
Sorry.
They're considered the Black Kennedys.
But they don't have offspring that are
okay.
running for office. Like the
Well-
Kennedys, it's like a gazillion of them.
Well, yeah, the Kennedys was a dynasty.
But
of
Tracy, you
all
gotta
levels.
realize something though.
But
They
I'm just
was
saying
a
as far as the
dynasty, but
image.
you gotta remember there was only one Kennedy that was president.
And
So
he
that was
took
the
one-
height of it. Could have been two. We're not even gonna get into it, but yeah, it was they was a rich dynasty, and
Yeah, I'm not talking about the tragedy of it. I'm saying as far as
the
they were-
excellency,
Yeah,
the
I get it.
pageantry,
Yeah.
the
it really
yeah, I
was
agree.
Camelot.
even
They was
though
the first,
you
the
know
first
They're very
Camelot.
much messed up.
John was doing his dirt, but it was still like it makes you think of a better time. And when you look back at recent presidents, Obama is like that better time. Like he wasn't a Bush,
Wasn't a
he wasn't a
Reagan.
Trump.
Oh, who could be Trump? Oh gosh,
Uh-huh.
even Biden is
Yeah,
not
but-
Trump. Shoot, I'll give him
Okay.
that much. I'm like, you're not Trump.
Here's
You got
the
that
rules and
going for you.
regulations of being Camelot. That everything, your relationship with the first lady, to us, to them is wife, and you treated her as wife. You loved her as wife. You condoned it as wife. Everything was
Are you saying wife or white?
wife.
Oh, okay.
Your wife.
WIFE or WHITE?
No, where you marry?
Oh, okay.
Wife.
That sound like you.
Some
were saying
people
white.
marry white people. Are you saying white people can't get
I
married,
was
Marlon?
considering white.
I've
I'm
dated
sorry.
white men,
Hey,
so what's he
bro.
trying to say?
Not white.
I'm really
Wife.
offended, Marlon.
I got to know.
When you are treating your wife,
Hey, you know when you lean into the camera just like that, it looks like you got a Star Trek shirt on.
Wow, yes, you do.
Sit here looking at it.
Good night, everybody.
I'm sorry,
if
Captain.
you treat
Finish what you were saying.
your wife in the White House as a regular family, that creates Camelot. And we've had few and far in between presidents who did that. There
The
was
W's.
always the president, and there was always the first lady. But there was times when you have to see them combined, and there is a picture.
It's because they
Oh.
had young kids. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was a picture of Obama that I'll never forget. But it was a picture of the kids getting off the plane, and they had this sad look on his face, and Obama had his mean look on his face, and Michelle had his mean look on his face. And that's when the caption was something to the effect of, when you don't set your little kids straight, like they ain't grown or something like that. It's things like that. The Kennedys was the first. I mean, it may have helped that. Did Kennedy get married while he was in office?
No, he was
No, they
married
were
like
already
a
married.
couple of years
He's
before he
already-
got into
yeah.
office.
Before he got office. So it did help.
Of
that
course, he cheated on her the whole time in the marriage. But let's just,
no
know,
proof, no proof.
Was it the whole time? I'm sure he took a few days off.
We might have.
But it's documented he had an affair with Marilyn Monroe. And I seriously doubt she's the only one that he was knocking boots with. So
and to our knowledge, Obama has never cheated on Michelle. That I will give him credit for.
I don't get nobody credit for not cheating.
I do, because it's hard to stay faithful in these streets. It's
No,
difficult.
it ain't. It's a decision that you make.
That's true, I agree, but it still is hard.
I remember my dad taught me that lesson. You know, like I was complaining about something. I think I came home. I came home with a C, and he laid into me because I got a C. And I was like, you ain't never had to come get me out of jail. I ain't causing no trouble. I ain't on drugs. And he said, what part of that were you not supposed to do? So I'm not giving you credit for doing what you supposed
But
to
I'm
do.
just saying it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I said something positive about it, but I mean, y'all just won't even let me do that. I said something actually positive.
And see, to me, that's a neutral statement. If he cheated, it'd be a negative statement.
No, I didn't like he'd be like all the other presidents, except for Jimmy Carter.
We don't know if George W. cheated on his wife while he was president.
Well, we know Bill did.
Well, can we define?
Don't start with is. What is the definition of is? Don't do that.
I did not have sexual relations
With that woman, pause, Miss Lewinsky. Knew you was lying.
What else was he supposed to do at that point?
Tell the truth. Be like, yep, I sure did it. What was they gonna do to him?
I
What
love
was
how
they
y'all-
gonna do?
I love
What
when
was
we
they
get to
gonna
these little
do to
discussions,
him?
Tracy.
What
Your
was they gonna do
situational
to
moral
him?
outrage is so fun.
But what were they gonna do to him?
What
Nothing.
they did to him. Exactly what they did to him.
They impeached him and then he got reelected.
He ain't know that.
They wasn't gonna do a darn thing.
Honesty is not always the best policy.
Wife.
No, the one he's quoting you.
No, I know that they was doing the same thing you was doing. Are you saying white or you saying wife? Wife.
I never thought I'd see the day that Marlon said the only people you're supposed to marry are white people. That was something else, man.
That whole story.
That whole story, Camelot, is
What-
messed up.
what-
I'm like, come
Man,
on.
don't get me on the Europeans. Please don't get me on the. Hey, right now with the color scheme, it's like we're French.
We sure are.
Sorry, folks, I have to take care of it. and great that y'all don't get to see it. We get to see it, but I have to take care of the asshole who don't have a job and use condoms for a balloon. So
No idea what the hell you talking about.
What?
It's better that you not know.
Oh, okay.
it's better. It's
Okay.
really better. Than
It's
you know.
really better that you don't know.
Okay. I'm not a very curious person. All right. So
we can be blissful in our ignorance.
yeah. All right. There.
Yes.
The late, but it is here. Yes. Oh my goodness. For the last time live of 2022, tell everybody where they can find you.
I am part of the party who will be beamed down to the surface, my captain. The lithium crystals are about to blow.
You do realize you are probably the person that ain't coming back. I don't know what that face was. The black person never comes back from the mission. It was like,
Oh, I thought you was talking about you dropped me off the show, bro. I'm sitting here,
No.
man.
it's Star Trek. Black
As long
person.
as you don't go down
find
with
out
the
what's
red
going
shirt.
on. We all
As long as you
also
don't go
know
down with the
we're
red
not
shirt,
coming
you're
back.
okay.
Say it again.
Whoever went down in the landing party who had on the red shirt, that's the one that never makes it back. Or if they don't give you a name, you ain't coming back.
Other than that, where can everybody find you?
Oh, ComplexSimpleMan.com.
Tracy?
December 31st, 2022 at 11 p.m. You can find me doing a live New Year's Eve special. Besides that, TracyMediaLLC.com, where I uploaded not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 new videos.
And she got snacks, y'all.
No, I do not have snacks for you. But it's going to be a fun evening. We can't Zoom snacks.
Alan?
I'm just barely at etc.com.
And I forgot to say Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year.
Yes, whatever the holiday is that you
And
with
Happy
your family.
Hanukkah.
And
Feliz
also,
Navidad.
I know it sounds like I'm being silly, but I'm not at this moment, y'all. For everyone, this is not the most joyous of times. So please make sure that you are considerate. Just smile at a stranger. Don't necessarily gotta talk to someone crazy, but just smile at a stranger. Be nice. Everybody is not going through this season full of joy. For some, this is one of the hardest times of the year.
always, every year. I'm going to say this real quick about what my mom sent me earlier today, and that was, please reach out to people just to say, I love you. I'm thinking about you. Do you need anything? And really mean it. We're blessed. Whatever level of blessed that you have, please understand that there are people that's going through things that's not at your level. Like there are some people, like Thea says, is not happy about these holiday seasons. Reach out to them. Tell them that you love them and you don't want anything in return. Just to say hello, how are you? I love you. Do you need anything? It doesn't take seconds. It doesn't take anything but seconds. After saying that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, that is our last and final live show. Please do not end the war, and please do not anybody in political or affiliation die, because I don't want to do another live show until 2023.
Did you say don't end the war?
We can't hear you.
You are kind of deep in there, Marlon.
You should just say.
That does sound kind of selfish. Okay.
You said don't end the war. We shouldn't want war in the first
I'm
place.
sorry. I'm sorry. That was selfish.
Now Anna got to go back to her people
in Ukraine and tell them, man, she gonna have to be like,
man.
I tried, y'all, and this Marlon person.
We almost had the votes.
You know what? Hey, you know what? I'm still growing, so forget y'all.
You the one said it. It wasn't us.
And I'm still growing, Tracy. I'm still growing. I'm allowed my mistakes. I'm still growing.
You know my heart.
You know my my heart. And until next time, we will see you. When we see you, peace.
Lindsey Graham for president.
Bye, everybody.
No, just stop it.